welcome to yet another analog livestream. My name is Sigma, and with me tonight is currently nobody, actually. Ifrit is in the house, but he's not quite on yet. He's too busy stuffing his face. Nevertheless, I think he will be on in fairly short order, so I've decided to just go ahead and start the stream regardless. I figure you guys could take a joke. I hope. If not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed you. Yeah, crocodile tears. Anyway, that's about the state of things, or at least how things are starting tonight. Ooh, thank you, Mordreen. Clearly I'm so professional. But tonight I want to start, actually, with a bit of something of an update, if you will, regarding the whole fight for net neutrality, and that is that on July 12th, 2017, and I'm reading directly from an email I received from Fight for the Future here, but... Oh, hold on, I have a Discording. Hello? Hello? Ifrit? Well, there's something going on over there. Having fun with your push-to-talk, I see? He's trying to send me Morse code. Oh, you absolute goofball. Now you stop that! This is a live stream, not a telegram. Oh, man. This guy's gonna frickin' kill me, I swear. Ifrit, I swear to God. Just sign in, for God's sake. Give us your sign on. I've already started the stream. We don't have time to goof off like this.
That's how it happens every stream, though.
You know what? That's a fair point.
The first clue is something green.
Is it cookie?
No, it's not a cookie. Okay, the second clue is that it is on the ground.
A cookie.
No, it's not a cookie. Okay, the third clue is that it is something to burn.
Oh, that definitely not cookie then. Is it orange?
No, it's not an orange, you piece of shit static! It's something green, it's in the ground, and it burns! It's weed! It's weed!
Kermit, this is kids' show. We cannot talk about weed.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid... What are you again?
Unless weed is baked into cookie. Then we can talk about weed. Do you have weed cookie, Kermit?
No.
Then get your bitch ass out of here.
Can I at least say hi to Big Bird?
I'm sorry, I cannot do a Big Bird voice. Don't even remember what he sounds like. Which is probably news to everybody listening. All none of you? All none of you, yes. Okay, well. Some nights I don't know why I bother. For the art, that's why. Sure, let's go with that.
This is why you need to advertise.
Well, excuse me if I think Twitter is evil.
Facebook! Tumblr!
Ifrit, I told you weeks ago that we have a Facebook.
Wait, we do? I thought we had a Tumblr.
We also have a Tumblr, yes. We have both.
I did not realize that we had that Facebook.
We do. You know what the problem is with the Facebook? And with the Tumblr?
No one's following it.
Exactly!
Then post on your personal Facebook?
I cross-post everything that goes onto the Analog Kids Facebook onto my personal Facebook.
Wow, this really does suck.
I'm a failure.
Shut up, Mario. Nobody cares about you.
I'm a failure. I cannot run a good live stream. Oh, well.
Commence the flagellation.
No! We're just a bunch of Muppet fanboys over here.
I mean, I'm not hiding it.
Certainly not. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, as sort of a precursor to us getting started, this coming July, on July 12th, 2017, and this is according to a mass email sent out by Fight for the Future, websites, companies, internet users, and online communities will come together to sound the alarm about the FCC's attack on net neutrality. Now, what exactly that means, I'm not entirely sure yet. They have yet to get back to me on that, and I have asked. But from what I can tell, generally speaking, I'm having one of those nights. Excuse me.
From what I can tell, generally speaking.
Right. So obviously this is something of a follow-up to some of the more recent news segments that we've had regarding net neutrality. And I know people are probably getting sick of me hearing about it, but until this is no longer a problem, I'm going to keep bitching about it. Because this is a problem. And it's, like, I know there's, like, what y'all don't know, viewers, is that amongst the Analog Kids, we do have a bit of a moratorium on talking about politics. We generally just try not to, and that's primarily for the sake of everybody's collective mental health. But when it comes to stuff like net neutrality, I mean, we live on the internet, basically. Which, wow, that sounded a lot less sad in my head.
I live in a small town. I have an excuse.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there is jack to do here.
Yeah, and I live in the biggest small town in the United States. So, again, pretty much nothing to do here. Like, you'd be surprised, Cincinnati, for such a large city, really does just feel so small and rural a lot of the time. It's weird. I don't know how we do it, but we do it. This is what happens when you let rednecks have their own town.
And in terms of the July 12th thing, it's looking like it's just going to be a mass protest from different places.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly going to be your typical. It looks like it's mostly just going to be a mass mobilization of what essentially boils down to passive-aggressive post-it notes, if you will. You know, just messages all over various different forms of media. Probably going to see something here on YouTube, if not from the site itself, then definitely from a lot of its producers. I'll imagine
producers probably.
Yeah, I'd imagine like a lot of big name YouTubers are probably in on this, and they should be, because this is part of a lot of people do this for a living. Lord knows, I don't know if I'd like to do it for a living, but I certainly would not complain about it bolstering my income any. Obviously we're not at that point yet, because we're lucky to get any viewers on any given night. Subject to change, I hope. But regardless of that, we all count on a free and open internet, regardless of whether that's for business, for pleasure, for for the other pleasure. Kinky. But we all rely on it, and it needs to be equal for everybody across the board. No site deserves to get fast-tracked or throttled over another. We're all paying for our right to be able to use this service in the first place. We should not then have to pay even further to get a leg up on the competition. Or, at the very least, to not be stifled by internet service providers who disagree with us, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what July 12th is going to be all about. That's the kind of message that we need to be able to send. And part of that is absolutely going to be sending in messages to the FCC. They are officially in talks regarding this particular bit of legislation. So, they are now actively looking at comments that are being sent into the FCC website. So, if ever there was a time to really start writing in and letting your voice be heard, now is definitely the time to do it. I'm going to see if I can't find a quick link for you here. Is it in this email? It might be in this email. Let's see. Yes it is. Okay. Give me just 1 second here, and I will post this in the doobly-doo for anybody who needs it. All none of you.
Well, I know in terms of the way apparently a bunch of websites are probably going to be getting involved. I know Amazon and Reddit are going to.
Not surprised.
I won't be surprised if Reddit shuts down, maybe, or Amazon does too. For a day.
I've seen talks of shutdowns, slowdowns. I'm not sure what night that's going to fall on, but if it's a Tuesday night, you can bet there will be a SmackDown. What am I doing? I have a soundboard for that. Listen to me try to manually do a rim shot.
I have an aunt that is actively on Amazon. Buys a lot of things with it.
Okay, it's on Wednesday. Sadly, that means there will not be a SmackDown.
No, but it will be in the underground. Lucha Underground. Catch it on the Outright Network at 7 p.m. Central.
Wrestling. Anyway, as I was saying, so yes, I have actually found the quick link for writing to the FCC and Congress. I've already submitted a comment myself, but anybody else who's watching this, do feel free to just kind of scroll down our doobly-doo, have a click on that link. It's battleforthenet.com. Go there. They've got a pre-written template for you to send in if you don't want to send anything too personal, but if you do have some personal words you want to send in to the FCC and Congress, keep it polite, keep it professional, but for the love of God, don't hold back.
And I would highly recommend actually putting in your own stuff besides the template, because they're very... what's the word?
Well, the thing about things this time around is the FCC has already stated rather clearly, actually, that this time around they're not going to be looking at the number of comments that come in on either side. They're going to be looking at the quality of the comments sent in. They're looking for, actual, well thought out, intelligent arguments for and against. So, Ifrit's absolutely right. If you can come up with something yourself that you want to tell them, please, absolutely take the time to write that out. Because that could very well end up being what saves the internet.
Because there's a reason why I haven't responded. I haven't written my statement down yet. I'm waiting and just taking time to think this over. I think about what I'm saying, what I'm going to write.
Well, I'd say you have until the 12th of next month.
I got it. I'll go Martin Luther King. I'll do not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther's route of 97 reasons why such and such.
I mean, it worked for the church. Eventually. I
This is
mean,
bullshit. This is all bullshit. Fuck Congress. Here's 97 reasons why.
I mean, if you can come up with 97 salient reasons why net neutrality is an important thing, absolutely, go Martin Luther on their asses. The good news is you at least probably won't get excommunicated.
Well, if I do, that's fine. I've always wanted to be a drifter anyway.
If you get excommunicated from the country, you're no longer allowed to be in the country.
That's okay. I'll just go to Ireland.
I do hear it's nice this time of year.
I mean, it's better than the United Kingdom, or just the British area in general.
Arguably so, yeah. Although, I mean, there's always Scotland.
Scotland's nice too, but I don't know. Yeah. Besides, I've got ancestry in Ireland, so.
Yeah, well, everybody already knows that I am very British.
There's also Africa.
Ah, yes. Well, I do bless the rains down in Africa. Don't think there's too many places in Africa I'd actually want to live, although I've heard very nice things about Johannesburg.
Maybe go to Japan. I don't know.
Oh God, yes. Like, you'll never find, you'll never find work unless you can prove you're ethnically Japanese. But oh my God, yes.
I mean, I could always forge documents.
Or get into professional wrestling.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, come on, you're a big guy, you could do it.
I'm a big guy, but I don't think I'm Bullet Club material.
I mean, it's nothing a Rocky montage couldn't fix.
Well, they do have crazies in the elite.
And you are definitely crazy. That's what we love about you.
Anyway, yes, to get back on topic, do make your own responses to this. They're not going to just accept just already scripted statements from different places.
Okay. Oh, that's why I was wondering why my soundboard wasn't working. My numlock was off.
Ooh.
There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So that's been fixed. I think, though, just getting back to what we were talking about, if you are yourself a content creator of some kind, like even if you don't actually own a website or an app or anything like that, absolutely do take some time on July 12th. Not just, don't just write to the FCC and Congress yourself, although totally do that as well. But absolutely do what you can to encourage other people to do so as well. Put out a message on Facebook or on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever other social media you happen to use. If you're a YouTuber, absolutely do make a video about it. This is a very important topic to bring up, especially for us YouTubers. I guess if you're like an artist, you could make of the drawing. I don't know. Political cartoons are timeless.
And if you want to try and convince someone that's just going to say, yeah, nothing's going to happen with it, tell them it's going to affect your porn.
You know what? That's the best advice involving porn I think I've heard in a very long time.
Because I know there are a bunch of people that watch porn.
Yeah.
I mean, Fallout 4, when it came out, it gave Pornhub its lowest viewings of all time.
We all wanted to fuck the robot.
But you couldn't fuck anything in it!
In Fallout 4?
No!
Well, I mean, you could. You just couldn't watch it.
No, you couldn't.
Then what's the point of the romancing?
I don't know. You can't romance robots. Well, maybe you can romance synths, but you can't romance robots.
Well, I think actually technically you can romance Curie in Fallout 4.
Oh, wait. Actually, I remember you. You can romance Cogsworth, I think.
Oh yeah, you can also romance Codsworth. Yes.
Although it'd be very weird.
Fuck the butler.
Eat the butler.
Don't eat the butler.
Eat the robot.
Yeah, although, like, given the option... Yeah, you can romance 2 different Mr. Handys, but for whatever reason you can't actually romance the android. Although, you know, one could argue a case for Curie, but I don't want to get too into that because that is kind of spoiler territory. At any rate, we're supposed to be talking about net neutrality. Why are we talking about fucking robots? Oh, right, porn. But Ifrit does raise a good point. We all rely on the internet, and we all rely on it being an equal opportunity playing field. If the big ISPs have their way, we're no longer going to have that. And that's going to basically ruin everything forever. So let's make sure that, doesn't happen. We all got to do our part here, so no slacking off, okay? Okay. So that's going to be our news segment for the week, such as it is. And now, well, to quote Mr. Regular, you've had your vegetables. Now, we get on to the meat. And Ifrit clearly has such interesting things to say about that phrase.
Yes.
I was at least expecting, oh, hey, Slayer, how's it going?
Slayer!
Yeah, sorry. Everybody's favorite chat room presence is here, which means we now officially have one person listening to this stream.
Don't mind me. I'm watching wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, hard to pass up some good wrestling.
It's Shinsuke Nakamura and Kevin Owens. This is a rematch for Ring of Honor.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
And they're giving it away for free.
Oh, yes. My body is ready. Oh, speaking of my body is ready, actually, we do have one more bit of news to get out of the way, and that's that...
I love?
Oh.
I love.
But, yeah, it's worth noting. Earlier today, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, whatever. I was asleep at the time. I had to catch all of it up later on YouTube. But, earlier today, we had a surprise Pokemon Direct. I literally didn't even know it was going to happen until like the night before. But Direct happened, and like some people were uber salty about it. I'm looking at you, KZ. How's it going? Hi. But I personally, right? Well, the bulk of the Direct was about the new game they're bringing to Switch, and by new I mean Pokken. It's literally
Pokken Tournament DX, I think it was called?
Yeah, it's Pokken Tournament Deluxe.
Deluxe, okay.
But yeah, DX. And it's just Pokken with 5 new Pokemon. Yeah, 5.
Technically 1 if you go by certain routes.
Well, no, technically it is a full stack of 5 new ones.
Because what for those who don't know, there was apparently going to be 4 new character DLCs that were going to come out, and they were going to add the characters in the Pokken game from the arcade version into it.
Ah,
but 4 different characters from it.
So that's what
because Pokken never really saw too much success, they didn't go around with it until just recently with the deluxe version.
Yep. So basically, the deluxe version includes the 4 Pokemon from the arcade version that didn't make it into the Wii U version. Those being
Darkrai.
Right, Darkrai. I remember like three of the four were Sinnoh. Unless all four of them were.
Darkrai.
Darkrai,
That
Empoleon, Krogunk,
Napoleon,
and
Krogunk, and
one more.
oh, there was one other. I can't remember its name.
Neither can I, although, I mean, nice to see Empoleon getting some love.
And then the new character was
Decidueye, yeah.
Decidueye
Which
from
is a
Sun and Moon.
weird choice out of the Gen 7 starters. Not as weird as if they'd gone for Primarina, I'll give you that. At least Decidueye is ostensibly a straight-up fighter of some sort. The thing is, he's an archer. Stringy little dude. Like, why him and not the actual fighter of the Gen 7 starters, namely Incineroar, who is literally a wrestler. Not just wrestler. He's literally Tiger Mask.
He's Tiger the Red.
I'll take your word for it. You do know.
No, I've been watching Tiger Mask W lately. There's so many freaking tigers now. You have Tiger Mask, Tiger the Dark, Tiger the Black,
the Dark,
Big
the Black.
Tiger the Second, Big Tiger the Second, Tiger the Great the Third. Which the thing with Tiger with the Tiger the Black, he's just a big wrestler, a big fat wrestler, with black skin and a black tiger mask.
He's just scary black man, the tiger.
He's tough.
Well, I mean,
like my God, this guy can. Like he can take he's taken several hits and yet he still moves. He knows cells like crazy.
The big guys are always good for that. But I mean, we're talking about a Pokemon that is based off of one of the most iconic heel personas in, at the very least, Japanese wrestling, if not wrestling as kind of an international whole.
Wrestling in general, from what I saw.
So instead, we go for the stringy archer owl? I mean, I know at least one person who will be very happy about that. Speaking of, unfortunately, tonight Wendy will not be joining us. She's been having a little bit of sleeping. She's been having some sleep issues lately and only got about 4 hours today. So, for health reasons, she is just going to be calling off for this particular stream. Unfortunate, yes, but what can you do? Things happen. I mean, it's a better excuse than Zach has, because he just straight up cannot be found.
To be fair, does he work today?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure. It's really no big deal either way. We are running the stream regardless, and that's always a lovely thing indeed.
But yeah, to play devil's advocate for the addition of the Decidueye, I think his name was.
Like, I think I know where you're going with this. So yeah, go ahead.
I mean, they have added characters that aren't fighters to begin with, like Pikachu. Wasn't there that one?
Well, yeah, but they used the wrestling Pikachu.
The Muchu Lucha Pikachu, yes, but still, Pikachu's not really known to be a fighting type.
But well, I mean, there's not having. I mean, the other Pokemon introduced in the Deluxe Edition that were already in the Arcade Edition just prove your point even further. Empoleon, Darkrai, neither of those really are straight-up physical brawlers.
Yep.
But, like, Empoleon as a physical attacker is honestly kind of abysmal. What are my thoughts on Petilil? Adorable.
I think that was the new Pokemon. I think that was the other Pokemon.
Wait, Petilil was Petilil. One moment, please. I need to confirm this.
Don't take my word for it.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't take your word for it, because that doesn't appear to be the case.
Doesn't? Okay.
Thank God. I can't even begin to describe how little sense that would make.
Oh, come on. It'd be awesome.
Like, I don't even understand why they're including unevolved Pokemon like Krogunk and Brixen's another one, actually. I don't know if Brixen was in the original or if that was the fourth one in the DX edition, but like, I don't much care either. Because again, not really a physical brawler. The Fennekin line being, wizards. Yes, Petililli's best fig. I keep forgetting I keep forgetting actually that's what the Petilil line is based on, is figs.
Yep.
Fig. I don't give a fig. Anyway.
And then there's also Pokemon Ultras.
Ultras. Oh yes. I was just about to get to that actually. That's so yes. Pokken happened, and that was like the bulk of the direct, but tacked on at the very end, unexpected by just about everybody who'd been watching up to that point. We're apparently getting sequels, remixes,
Expansions, I think.
It's not entirely clear what's going to be going on here, but apparently Sun and Moon are getting followed up on. So we are getting second helpings of Gen 7. Woohoo.
And it's looking like they're apparently adding in new Pokemon, apparently, and they could be adding new story elements, I think.
Yeah, new Pokemon, new story. At the very least, new story elements, if not just like a straight up like new story. New forms. They're now giving the resident legendaries high-tech battle armor.
Legendaries and power armor. Oh god.
I mean, have you seen Solgaleo in that?
I know.
Like I already thought he looked like a freaking Liger Zero. Now he looks even cooler.
He looks like he looks like something a space marine would ride in the battle.
Space Marine.
We are Marines in Borealum.
We are Marines in Agora. I just sincerely hope that whatever happens in the Ultra version, in the Ultra Gen 7 games, whatever happens in there, please tell me that Kiawe's fire trial is still going to be equally as ridiculous.
Oh, it better. Either that or make it even more ridiculous.
What's different about this dance? There's a hiker in my face. Exactly!
Oh my.
Which, I actually need to tell a bit of a story about that particular hiker. So, we've all seen the hikers in Sun and Moon, haven't we?
Oh, I haven't seen too much of it.
Oh my god, this guy has his own Know Your Meme page!
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god! Why does he have his own Know Your Meme page? Okay, so I know we're supposed to be getting on to Twilight by this point. Absolutely, yes. Okay, I'm sorry we haven't, but... Oh my god, Hiker fucking David!
He's got Know Your Meme page.
Hold on, I just gotta... Okay, so... For those of you who are wondering who exactly it is I'm talking about, this is Hiker David in his natural environment. This is the first and pretty much only time you see... Well, not the only time you see him. He shows up for... He's basic... for whatever reason, he's an integral part of 2/3 of Captain Kiawe's fire trial. And hell if I know why, but god damn it, there he is. So
What do you see?
the way the fire trial works is it's basically a spot the difference type thing. You watch Three Marowak doing a short dance, and then you watch him do 2 short dances, and then have to figure out what's different between the 2 ending poses of the dance, basically. So, first time around, okay, one of them swapped positions or whatever, or swapped poses. Second time around, the second dance ends, the ending pose flashes up. All 3 of the Marowak are exactly the same, but suddenly there's this dumbass just photobombing in the bottom right corner. Which is just kind of hilarious. And apparently there's now a meme of just photoshopping him photobombing various different important moments throughout, mostly throughout Sun and Moon, but basically just where the hell ever. Like, oh my god, I found him photobombing,
Twin Towers?
Fortunately not that, but some classic painting I'm not particularly aware of.
Mona Lisa?
Also, for whatever reason, apparently Hiker David was a really popular search term in 2005.
How?
I don't know!
Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll be right back.
So yeah, there's
a chick.
Okay, doke. But I guess a friggin' this fucking guy.
This unfucking believable?
Sure. Well, in addition to photobombing and looking surprisingly like Owen Wilson, I need to mention just for a moment. Those of us in the analog kids who have been around for the longest, that is, myself, Parzi, Windy, and of course Ifrit here, all know one particular guy, and that is a fellow by the name of Just Keep That in Mind. Also
Just keep that in mind in motherfucking house.
Yeah, that one. Also known as David. Here's the thing, just keep that in mind, and you can find him on the YouTubes. Just search JK Tim or Just Keep That in Mind, whichever you prefer. It will inevitably bring you to him. I'm sorry.
Because he's one of the best channels around.
Just Keep That in Mind is a weird motherfucker. And this is exactly the sort of thing I would expect him to do if he was an NPC in a Pokemon game. Just appear right the hell out of nowhere and battle you in the middle of what is essentially this game's version of the gym leader battle. Before then proceeding to do various other silly poses with the captain's Pokemon.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, they're back.
Rightio. Wait, no. I'm alone again.
What?
Don't go! I'll get lonely.
Okay, see ya.
Oh, no. Also, is it me, or does that one Marowak in the back there look like he's got 3 arms? 3 arms. 1, 2, 3, yeah. That's... it's not like they really have anything on their backs that would make it look like that, at least judging by the guy on the right there, but... I don't know, maybe it's just a trick of the graphical limitations or something. So that's that. I sincerely hope that the weirdness that was Hiker David does make it into the the new games. But if he doesn't, I'll kind of understand and kind of be okay with that, because at the end of the day, at the very least... Oh, you said best fighter, not best fig. Oh, I scrolled too far over, so it was cut off. So I thought it said fig, not fighter. Oh. Oh, I feel stupid now. Except I think... Well, no, clearly they're based off lilies, not figs, you idiot. Oh, God, it's a good thing Cake... I invited Cake to join us tonight, but fortunately he didn't, and considering how horribly wrong I was about Petalil being based on a fig, what was I thinking? I'm going to consider that a good thing, because, oh my God, he would have fucking reamed me. I am really bad at video games, guys. Anyway, that's about where we're really kind of situated right now. Unfortunately, I just don't really know what to do right at this particular moment, because my co-host has decided to ollie outie because he's got doggos. Doggos. So, how are you? I'm fine. Better, now that I know that there's more Pokemons coming out this year. That's the other thing, it's coming out this November. That's insane. Like, not even half a year out. Folks are gonna be getting this for Christmas. That's cool. I'm excited. I mean, we were all kind of hoping for a return to the kind of form that we've come to expect of classic Pokemon titles. That is, you get the first two instances, you get your red and blue, and then you get the third one, which is like the kind of definitive edition. Yellow? Okay. Admittedly, that wasn't really the case in red and blue, but like gold and silver, you had crystal. Ruby, sapphire, emerald. Diamond and pearl, platinum. And then black and white came along, and black 2 and white 2 completely fucked up the order of things. X and Y, we thought for sure we were going to get Z. Did that happen? Nope. And now here we are. Sun and Moon has come and gone. We were expecting to get a definitive version ported to the Switch. Instead, we get Pokemon. So I can kind of understand why people are salty about it, but at the same time, like, clearly Game Freak never really considered that a priority. Keeping that particular pattern going. And I can kind of get why. Because if there's always going to be like that one definitive third version that has everything in it, why get the first two? But it is a little disappointing, all in all. I guess. We're still getting more games, though, so I can't complain too hard. I just don't give a fuck at all about Pokemon, because I never much liked fighting games. Which all of you should hear and immediately interpret as, I've never been any good at fighting games. Because both statements are true. Because I'm a scrub. I still haven't put that sad violin on the soundboard, and I really need to do that, because right now would have been a perfect moment for it. Well, ain't that just how it goes? Oh dear me, those dogs are taking a good long while to, get dogged? Where was I going with that statement? I don't fucking know. But I'm not gonna start on oh, thank you, Audrey. I'm not gonna get started on the Twilight reading until Ifrit actually gets back, because it's just... I mean, it's just more fun when I've got other people to share the pain with, basically. I know, it's weak of me. But if you were reading this shit on your own, you'd understand. I am perpetually amazed at just how bad this book can be. I actually just rewatched recently. I think it was the Chapter 7 stream? Yeah, Chapter 7. Fucking werewolves, how do they work? That one. And oh god, it started innocently enough, but it just kept dragging. The only parts of it that weren't absolutely painful were our weird tangents about cars and gaming and butts. You know, all the usual stuff. Because we're so good at staying on topic here. And of course, as Slayer happily points out in the chat, I'm here to riff, and he's here to point out the innuendos. And boy, where would we be without you? Really is something of a... It really is kind of amazing just how many accidental innuendos are in this one book. Just remember, folks, if you're gonna write anything, always run it by a 13-year-old boy first, because if he starts giggling uncontrollably, you know you probably shouldn't publish it. Good rule. Not mine. Actually, that was Nash from Radio Dead Air. I'll admit, it was kind of my inspiration to start doing this sort of thing. Shameless, I know, but, like, I like the guy. He's got good presence, good presentation. He's been doing it for over 10 years, so needless to say, he kind of has gotten into sort of the role of sort of the classic radio DJ that you'd expect from this particular kind of arrangement, I guess. I'm still very much in my college radio stage, where I sound completely uncomfortable on the mic and have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So, I've got a good long way to go, but hopefully I'll get there eventually. Huh. Well, great. I guess this is the part of the broadcast where we get strangely introspective. Weird. Okay, Ifrit, the sooner you get back, the sooner I can stop bullshitting like this, because, oh my god, this is getting weird. Than usual. I mean, it's always weird, but this is especially just kind of a little beyond the pale, I guess. The van was still coming. I've never laughed so hard at a van. Let's see, what else can we talk about here while I'm waiting for Ifrit to get back from doing important things? Let's see. Well, I mean, like, E3's coming up, but I don't really have much to say about that because it's only just coming up. Nothing's really happened yet. All I can say is I sincerely hope that nobody fucks up the shit I actually enjoy playing. Although, I was watching the Jimquisition recently, and I'm a bit of a fan of GTA Online. It's a real pile of shit most of the time, but it has its moments. And, you know, the variety of gameplay is always good. But there was an interesting bit of insight into how GTA Online has been set up and is being run. Just courtesy of the CEO of Take-Two Interactive. For those who don't know, Rockstar is the studio that publishes the Grand Theft Auto series, yes, but they are not top of the food chain necessarily. They are further owned by gaming company Take-Two Interactive, whose CEO is, by all accounts, a real pile of shit. I haven't got any information sitting in front of me at the moment, but he was recently at a talk for some kind of conference, I guess. I don't know. Maybe some sort of pre-E3 sort of game developer circle jerk. Sure, let's go with that. They seem to be quite fond of those anyway. But he basically just straight out said that the entire setup for GTA Online is essentially to try their damnedest to trick people into buying with real money shit they don't need, basically, more or less. Like it's microtransactions. It's what Jim Sterling rather con- rather contemptuously calls fee to pay, which, I mean, that kind of makes sense. You're already paying 60 goddamn bucks for the game, and then throughout the online experience, you're constantly being told, hey, if you buy the shark card, you can get X amount of in-game cash free. Well, not free, because you're paying for it out of pocket with your own actual real-world money, but you don't have to work for it. You get to win the game, or at least have several steps up on your players without actually having to do anything. To which I say, what is the point of playing the game then? And I would argue that just by nature of how GTA Online works, in that no setback is a permanent setback, necessarily, and it's not like GTA is a competitive thing. There is no competitive GTA Online. And if there is, oh dear God, why? But the fact that they push the microtransactions so hard, oddly enough, is something I never really noticed. And from the way this guy talks about it, that's kind of by design. Because the entire ethos behind GTA Online and the microtransactions therein is basically do everything you can to convince as many people as possible that they need it, without letting anybody catch on that that's what you're actually trying to do. And that's pretty shitty, but it's a pretty common ethos really throughout the business world anyway. It's an unfortunate situation we find ourselves in, really, when that's just kind of the norm within a medium that otherwise is supposed to be art. And Slayer caught a shiny Octillery. Awesome. Actually, it's funny you bring up Octillery. I really like Octillery. And, a lot of people are probably wondering why, because it's slow. Its move pool isn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world. Mechanically speaking, there are other Pokemon that probably do the job better, but it's an octopus. It's squishy. Not mechanically squishy. You poke it, go squish. I like that. It's adorable.
I love.
At least I can keep myself entertained with the soundboard. More importantly, though, it's... I don't know, I've always kind of had fun using those in my party, Octillery. They're really good for, special tanking, pretty much. And yeah, its move pool is actually diverse, but most of it's more powerful. But if we're talking powerful offensive moves, it has a few, but most people I've heard argue, again, that other Pokemon do it better. And my general rule is that if I can get a Pokemon if I can get a dual type Pokemon, I will, and Octillery isn't. So there's always that going against it. Because, just having a dual type Pokemon just automatically makes it a little bit more flexible in a lot of regards. Although there is something to be said of only having two weaknesses. But, I don't know. I just feel like Octillery is one of those Pokemon that a lot of people just sort of skip over, pretty much. And I think that's really to their detriment, because it is a fun little old Pokemon. Also, it's an octopus shaped like a tank. And that's awesome. I like it. So, yeah, that's my little moment of Octillery out of the way. What color is shiny Octillery anyway? Hold on, let me look that up. It's gold. Huh. That's. I was gonna say I would say that's boring, but at the same time, like it's kind of the same thing Magikarp does. So like whatever. Wait, no, that actually makes it worse. Oops. Besides, as we all know, red makes it go faster. So I don't know. Still, always cool to get a shiny. Always cool to get a shiny. Uh, on the topic of shiny Pokemon, how many have I caught myself? Excluding the red Gyarados that you get every time you play through one of the Johto games. I have caught. Actually, it's funny because the bulk of the shinies that I have caught have been in the Johto games. Now that I think about it, I've caught a shiny Krabby. His name is Nacho, and he doesn't afraid of anything. There's one other shiny water type that I caught, and I can't remember what it was. Which probably means it wasn't very important. But yeah, I caught a shiny crab. I caught that. Whatever that was, I caught a shiny Krabby. Both of those were in Soul Silver, I want to say? Sure. Oh yeah, shiny Phanpy. Got one of those. And for those of you who watch Chuck Conroy, yes, I... Aw, no kidding, man. You got a shiny Piplup as your starter. Oh, that is absolutely badass. I really hope you, like, transferred that someplace safe after you were done with that run. Before restarting that game. Assuming you ever restarted that game. But, because, I mean, shiny starters, that's always a keeper. Even if, honestly, I think some of the shiny starters are really ugly. Like, oh, Ifrit's back. Thank God! I can stop bullshitting now.
I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah, but I've been bullshitting for, like 15 minutes? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, jeez. I was really hoping you wouldn't leave me in the lurch like that, dude.
Sorry about that. I had to check animals.
I've been just rambling about stuff. And if it weren't
and
for
my parents need to see me.
If it weren't for the fact that Slayer is fortunately quite a patient, whatever he is, I probably would have lost our only regular viewer from that. But
I couldn't help it. I was busy. I was busy with other things at the time.
Oh,
animals come first over streams.
Oh, real life. Real life can suck my chode.
Also, I heard a little bit about the shiny conversation. The only shiny I only caught was an Onyx back in Silver. Or Crystal. That was it. Crystal.
Doesn't shiny Onyx like barely look any different from regular Onyx as well?
It has a green tint.
Oh right,
it looks
mint flavored.
It looks emerald.
It's mint
it looks emerald.
It's a key lime rock snake.
See, at the time, I didn't realize I caught a shiny. I was like, "Oh, must be a special Onyx."
And then
I was a popular kid on the playground for a bit.
For about 5 minutes, because we all know how that goes.
And then came the boy band craze. Actually, no, wait, boy bands were going around for a while then.
Yeah, I was gonna say the boy band craze kind of predates Pokemon by like a year or two.
Yep, the music world was for pop music was just boy bands for a long time, and then metal was black metal, grunge metal, dark times for metal fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although If nothing else, you can at least take solace in the fact that it was never really mainstream, which means
True.
you never got the particularly shilly acts. see, I'm really into punk music, and the early 2000s was Yellow Card and Green Day, but like Green Day was actually kind of legit.
I was into boy bands back in the day.
See, I'd laugh if it weren't for the fact that I also had a Backstreet Boys album.
I had like 2 or 3 NSYNC albums and a Backstreet Boys album.
Yeah, like never really got behind any of them, truth be told, but like it was the thing to have, I guess.
It's like fidget spinners.
Get out!
Okay.
No, wait, I didn't mean. Ah, shit. If it come back, you can blame it all on me. Oh, wow, he actually came back. You missed me singing Baby Come Back to You. I don't know what I was expecting. Oh boy.
What happened?
Oh, you are back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a. Oh, okay, I missed. Okay, yes. You missed me singing Baby Come Back. Hello? Oh, don't tell me you just left again. I'm trying. I'm trying. I really am trying to run an entertaining live stream, and I just don't. Oh. Oh no. Of course. Now Discord is fucking up on his end. Ah, shit. Okay, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. You'd think I'd have a thing for that by now, but I don't. Of course not. That would be an intelligent decision. We all know I can't do those. Oh god, he can't even. Okay, well, he's gotten it to. Okay, he's gotten it to exit out. Good. Hopefully, he can get it restarted and back on here fairly quickly. Well, on the bright side, if it doesn't work, you can always just use Skype. Which would suck, but, like, I mean, it's better than nothing. And here I am, back to vamping. Again. This one's a real shit show, you know what? Oh, I guess that's, if nothing else, appropriate for a title. Boom, there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You back on? Do we have the Ifrit again? Oh, that silence is not very reassuring. Oh dear. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, sorry, I was busy with Clash of Clans at the moment. Not Clash Royale. That was it.
Good to know good to know this stream takes such a high priority for you.
No, it
Yes.
takes a priority. I was waiting for Discord to load up.
Okay. Well, it has loaded up, thank God, so we can actually get on with what we were supposed to do tonight, namely, reading Chapter 10. On the bright side, all of the stupid shit that's happened between starting the show and now has given me a good title.
Everything fucked up at the end.
Oh, that's even better. All I had was the shit show.
Oh, jeez. You know, before we start, I actually had an idea for something I wanted to do once I found a job.
Yeah?
Once I found a job, I want to pull. Just keep that in mind.
Oh no.
Oh yes. See, since Glove and Boots finally have a PO box, I'm thinking of sending them a bunch of weird, random shit. You know?
Sorry, I'm just typing in the.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm thinking of sending them random shit, like a large poster of the I Love guy just showing his best, showing his fake delicious face.
Oh, the trying not to vomit face, yes.
Yes.
Catching a shiny Vespiquen is like fighting Golurk with a spoon.
Yeah, that's about right. Yes.
I don't know what the difference. Oh wait, catching a shiny. Oh, you know what? You've got a real point there.
Hopefully you have better luck than my shiny Wurmple attempt.
Shiny Wurmple. Oh.
Don't you remember?
Oh, is that the one where you encountered a shiny Wurmple before you had any Pokeballs?
No, what happened? No, what happened was. I was going through. I find a shiny Wurmple, and I accidentally kill it, and I save over the save state.
Oh no! The one good thing about emulators is how easy it makes to find shinies.
This happened around the same time. The same time we were both doing. Was that Zombie Apocalypse ROM hack?
Oh, Snakewood, yeah.
Snakewood, yeah.
I never did finish that. It was kind of not that great, honestly.
Yeah. Oh well, I got several other Pokemon hacks I want to try and do.
I still can't believe still can't believe one of the Pokemon the developer of that game created for the game though was Hambone.
Hambone.
I named mine Ghost. I had a feeling you'd appreciate that.
Yes. That's the only suitable name for it.
Yes.
But, yeah, like I was saying with the GIFs, the giant poster of the Try Not to Vomit face about the entire anthology of the Kids Bop series. What else?
Just do me one favor. If you
What?
do actually do this, make sure that regardless of what you send them, always make sure that everything's covered in feces!
Ew. No! I can always send them a poop emoji.
You know what? That'll do.
I also want to try. I'm also thinking about 10 copies of the Best of the Golden Girls.
Well, I mean, that's kind of unoriginal. That's exactly... Oh, come on, dude. David already did that one.
He did that with Celebrity Family Feud.
No, he also did that with Golden Girls.
Wait, he did? I thought it was only one copy.
Well, yeah, it was only one copy. Okay. Although that was a good long time ago. He only sent it to Helsing 920. And really, if you care about Helsing 920 at this point, No, dude. He's an asshole. Like, I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is, but, like, for whatever reason, he just suddenly woke up one day in, like, 2015 and decided, hey, now would be a very good time to start being an asshole. I don't get it. Anyway, speaking of assholes, Twilight. Perfect.
You do that, I'm gonna work on my Velocity character.
You mean Velo City?
Velocity, I don't care. You know what I'm talking about.
It's French for bike.
I don't care.
Also, it's a pun. It's a pun on velocity, so yeah. Oh, that is something I should mention. For those of you who don't know, the Analog Kids, in addition to doing all this streaming stuff and a few of our own personal projects, we also like to do tabletop gaming. We stream that as well, but I mean, thing is, M at the very least doesn't really like the idea of streaming streaming any of the tabletop RPGs we play. But we are
not.
Yeah.
Nothing good.
Well, I mean, I'm taking that as I'm assuming that was an I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and M both then, so yeah, fair enough. I figure if even just one of us doesn't want to be part of that, then none of us will be. We'll run by consensus around here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that's a fair thing. But we have, for the most part, what we've done up to this point has been D&D, specifically 4th edition, because it's the best balance between being accessible, being complex enough to actually create your own character, as opposed to a character that is mechanically a carbon copy of everything else. Oh, hi 5e.
Yeah, I got myself 5e stuff.
And of course, there's the fact that pretty much everything created by 4e you can now very easily pirate, because we're all broke. So if we're gonna play this shit, we're gonna have to play it for free.
Hopefully not too long on my end.
Well, you and me both, again. But we're actually planning. The thing is, all of the D&D campaigns that we've been running up to this point have involved M in some way or another. So while she is on her hiatus from the interwebs, we're kind of unable to play it at all. So what we've decided to do is, in the interim, set up a new game, and this time, instead of playing D&D, we're playing something we found just kind of floating throughout the interwebs. I think you found it on Reddit, didn't you, Ifrit?
Yeah, I think so. If I remember right.
It's a game called Velocity. It's basically the word velocity, but the city part of it is capitalized. All of it. It's kind of in the early stages of its development, sort of. But
it's still going pretty good from what I'm seeing.
Well, it's absolutely at the point where it can be playable, and the whole thing is kind of set up to be like a rocket power / jet set radio / air gear / whatever kind of setup, and it's freeform enough that you can do a whole lot of different shit with it. In fact, right now, Ifrit's planning on sort of trying to come up with a few different house rules and homebrews that can translate the whole thing over to a Splatoon tabletop.
Yeah, that's going places.
Yeah, it's still a good ways off, but I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. For now,
I'm sorry. So far from my experience with this, it seems very modifiable in certain areas. Like,
oh yeah,
I was looking through this and I could see this actually being portrayed as a Need for Speed or Burnout style game for too.
Oh, dude, stop! You're gonna give me a boner.
I mean, just replace the movers with different racing styles for cars.
Yeah, or like different drivetrains.
Yeah, drag race, drift, that type of stuff.
Yeah, Fred, we need to do this!
I'm working on 2 other campaigns as it is.
Ah!
Trust me, I'd love to do this too, but I'm just going by what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Besides, it's a it's a little side project.
Yeah, we'll save it. But the nice thing about Velocity is that it is an inherently open-ended system. Although the dice mechanics are a little bit wonky. It's like you roll a whole bunch of them, and then whichever number comes up the most often, you take that and add it together and carry the one. Let Dizzy hold the two, and just and then somehow
It's a bunch of D10s.
And then somehow we managed to divide eight. Somehow then we managed to divide 24 donuts 13 times between 8 firefighters. It's an Abbott and Costello routine. Not as good as Who's on First, but kind of funny.
Oh, segment. One more thing for the Velo City campaign.
Yep.
In terms of betting energy, it's going to be before you do the roll.
I thought that was just kind of how it was naturally.
No, you can choose. From what I read, you can choose between either doing it before your roll or after your roll. But in order to put more risk for the game, you can do. I was thinking of doing before the roll.
Makes sense to me. Which, I mean, I think this kind of goes a ways toward explaining just how open-ended the whole system is. But, I personally grew up playing a lot of Jet Grind Radio, Jet Set Radio Future. And I always kind of loved just the setting, and I always loved just kind of the setting and the style of all of it. So I'm quite excited to see where this will go.
Closest thing I got to that was the Tony Hawk Underground.
Also Rocket Power.
And Rocket Power. But Underground 2 especially was kind of where I started getting into that type of stuff.
Well, now we've managed to distract ourselves from the reading even further. Oops.
We prolonged this enough.
Yeah, it's time to get into it.
I'm just gonna be working on my character for a bit while this goes on.
All right, just make sure to actually say things when things need to be said.
I'll chime in.
Good boy. Have a biscuit.
Hell no. Fuck your biscuits.
Don't fuck the biscuits.
I mean, if you're gonna interpret it like that, then maybe you do need a flagging.
Flogging.
Flogging. That was it.
Or flagellating. Flagellation?
I mean, I got a stick.
That's a paddling. Speaking of paddling, Twilight. And here we are, Chapter 10, Interrogations. And I'm hoping to God, by the time we're done with this one, we'll be past the halfway point.
Where's the bomb?
Where's the trigger? Where is it?
Where are they, Joker?
Kind of had to... Y'all saw that one coming. It was very hard in the morning, Slayer.
Oh my.
Yeah. It was very hard in the morning to argue with the part of me that was sure last night was a dream. Logic wasn't on my side, or common sense. Well, I mean, tell us something we don't know.
Just masturbate and get it over with.
I clung to the parts I couldn't have imagined, like his smell. That's good vampire!
I heard that the Robert Pattinson smells horribly.
Well, he's British.
Like worse than British smelling.
I'm British, you asshole.
No, like even British people would say he stinks.
Can we maybe not disparage Robert Pattinson? He's actually a pretty okay dude.
I know.
Anyway, I was sure I could never have dreamed that up on my own. A smell. You could not have dreamed up a smell. Sure. Okay. Fine.
I mean, your senses can. I mean, your senses work during dreams, so maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It was foggy and dark outside my window. Absolutely perfect. Well, congratulations, you've officially gone full Washingtonian then. He had no reason not to be in school today. You know, unless he feels like breaking the law, breaking the law.
Or wants to play hooky.
What do you think I meant by breaking the law, breaking the law?
Pulling a heist, a bank heist. Going into the bank with a rocket launcher and launching the rocket into the bank.
Oh, don't you start with me! This motherfucker! Sometimes we play, well, used to be anyway, before I upgraded to the PS4 version, but sometimes we'd play the PS3 version of GTA Online together. Many shenanigans have occurred. Perhaps the most notable of which being the time we tried to do the Fleece a Bank heist together. You know, the very first heist in the game. It's the only one that's like a two-man heist, so it's the only one the two of us can do on our own without having to rely on randos. I dislike randos. They can never be trusted, especially not on GTA Online. Of course, as it turns out, Ifrit is not the most trustworthy person in the world either.
Hey, I resent that. I resent that.
You fired a rocket launcher into a bank that we were trying to steal from.
I look kawaii desu ne.
You came flying out your body came flying out the door.
I was just showing off my magical girl powers.
Yeah, and costing us what should have been an easy one and done heist. We'd done all the hard parts.
It wasn't that bad.
We'd done all the hard parts. By that, I mean the one slightly marginally hard part, i.e. stealing the armored car. And then you walk into the door, and before I can even get out of the car, it's just, suddenly you come flying back out, pushed by an explosion, smokes everywhere, and I get a mission failed sign.
You better be lucky. You're lucky that I didn't do something worse.
What could you have possibly done that would have been worse?
If the car had stopped so much, I could get out of the car and launch a rocket onto the helicopter that was supposed to take us by the magnets.
Oh, yeah.
And just blow the helicopter up?
See, the problem with that is that would have required somebody who wasn't me to be driving.
Yeah, but there were several occasions there were a handful of occasions where the car came to a stop for a bit. That would have given me enough time to get out of the car.
To a stop? No. Slow down? A little bit.
Yeah, enough time to get me out of the car.
Yeah, if you wanted to go skidding 100 feet and then die when your head hit a lamppost, sure.
You underestimate GTA 5 and the way it handles getting in and out of cars.
Do you know how many times I've done exactly that?
How many?
Cheese potato. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? I think I've got a concussion from all the times I've jumped out of a car, slid 100 feet, and slammed face first into a light pole.
I'm just saying, I had those rare moments where that happened. And I could have just launched a rocket onto the helicopter that was supposed to come after us and blow it up with one shot.
Also, the helicopter in question cannot be taken down with a single explosive. Takes two.
You sure about that? I've seen videos showing otherwise.
No, it will be badly damaged from the first, but generally speaking, unless it's been hit with other things as well, those other things usually being bullets, usually you can't just one-hit a cargo bomb. It's just that they're so slow that you can usually get the second shot off anyway.
Just be like, what you doing? I'm doing I'm doing for my country. I'm doing this for my country.
Ifrit is not credit to team.
I am 2 credit to team.
You blew up a bank.
It wasn't that bad.
You cost us a bonus.
It wasn't that big of a bonus.
It was $1 million!
I mean, we still got good money from it.
We got 600 apiece. Or, no, I got 600, you got 400.
See, it's not that bad.
You got...
So we lost about...
I just want to point out, you could have come away with 1.4 million from that.
Oh, well.
Hmm.
I was still a rich guy.
That would have been enough for you to buy a fighter jet.
I know, but I go to the military base to steal one anyway.
Yeah, good point. And the one I'm talking about isn't even armed, so... Okay. Anyway, it was foggy and dark outside my window, absolutely perfect. He had no reason not to be in school today, breaking the law. I dressed in my heavy clothes, remembering I didn't have a jacket. Further proof that my memory was real. Look, if you're this concerned about your state of mental well-being, maybe don't go on the whole vampire, dick riding spree.
Don't fuck the vampire!
She's gonna fuck the vampire.
Ah!
When I got downstairs, Charlie was gone again. I was running later than I'd realized. I swallowed a granola bar.
Charlie's.
I swallowed a granola bar in 3 bites, chased it down with milk straight from the carton, and then hurried out the door.
Ew.
Hopefully the rain would hold off until I could find Jessica. It was unusually foggy. The air was almost smoky with it. Oh, well, no, see, a few years ago, the state of Washington voted rather handily to legalize marijuana, and I'm pretty sure that's not fog.
That's some dang kush right there. Everyone's smoking it.
That'd almost make this entire story enjoyable. Almost. No, it wouldn't.
It makes sense. This is all just a contact high from marijuana.
The mist was ice cold where it clung to the exposed skin on my face and neck.
And she froze to death. The end.
I don't think there are any blends of ganja that do that.
She froze to death!
Weed with menthol? Yeah, maybe. Bad idea. I couldn't wait to get the heat going in my truck. It was such a thick fog that I was a few feet down the driveway before I realized there was a car in it. A silver car. A new car! It's not a new... Another thing to add to the soundboard, that. My heart thudded, stuttered, and then picked up again in double time. I think you should probably see a doctor about that.
Yeah, that's unsanitary.
I didn't see where he came from, but suddenly he was there, pulling the door open for me. Oh my god, it's Jeeves!
Jeeves! I've used your search bar like crazy!
Do you want to ride with me today? He asked, amused by my expression as he caught me by surprise yet again. Yeah, see, this is why you need to use people's names, Stephanie. There was uncertainty in his voice. He was really giving me a choice. I was free to refuse, and part of him hoped for that. It was a vain hope. Okay, that was almost a decent line. Almost. Yes, thank you, I said, trying to keep my voice calm. As I stepped into the warm car, I noticed his tan jacket was slung over the headrest of the passenger seat. The door closed behind me, and sooner than should be possible, he was sitting next to me, starting the car. I brought the jacket for you. I didn't want you to get sick or something. His voice was guarded. I noticed that he wore no jacket himself, just a light gray knit V-neck shirt with long sleeves. Those are called sweaters, Stephanie. He's wearing a sweater. Why didn't you just call it a sweater?
Because that'd be too hard.
Again, the fabric. The fabric. Oh, the fabric! I'm racist. Again, the fabric clung to his perfectly muscled chest. It was a colossal tribute to his face that had kept my eyes away from his body. Ugh. I get it. You were trying to be funny there. It didn't work. I'm not quite that delicate, I said, but I pulled the jacket onto my lap, pushing my arms through the 2 long sleeves. Curious to see if the scent could possibly be as good as I remembered. It was better. And now I'm just picturing her like in those Febreze commercials, just face buried in it, inhaling deeply.
Oh, jeez.
Signs you should probably not lend out your jacket number 1, let's be honest. Aren't you? He contradicted in a voice so low I wasn't sure if he meant for me to hear. We drove through the fog-shrouded streets, always too fast, feeling awkward. I was, at least. Last night all the walls were down.
Wait. Driving too fast?
Yep. Why are you eating the baby Jesus? I drive really fast.
Because, well, it's time for one thing.
Please turn that off before we get a copyright claim.
It's not gonna be that bad.
I don't know whether I should praise you for that or fucking kill you.
Porque no las dos?
You're right. Good job. Where's my gun?
Oh no. You're sore. I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, don't even get me started with the Kingdom Hearts. You know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. So, I own both of the PS3 the PS3 remixes, 1.5 and 2.5. I've decided to take that time to basically do a chronological playthrough of the entire Kingdom Hearts series as I own it, which basically means everything except, I think only excluding the contents of 2.8 actually. So, at
least until 2.0 comes out.
Yeah. So no final track. So no final chapter prologue and no Dream Drop Distance. But I will be playing. I am currently in the process of playing the very first in the entire series chronologically, which would be Birth by Sleep. Basically just going in. No, you don't. It's not that good.
What, Birth by Sleep?
Yeah.
I keep hearing it's pretty good.
I don't know what is wrong with people then, because, well, maybe I just got off on the wrong foot by starting with Terra. But I think
yeah, probably.
I figured he'd be pretty much easy mode because he's he's power based, and yeah. Plus, I've already been spoiled on several things, having played at least part of Dream Drop Distance before it was stolen. So I do know some of what happens, and in light of a lot of what does happen, I figured starting with Terra was just a natural choice. I unfortunately failed to take into account his terrible voice acting and the fact that the number of decisions that he has to make in order to arrive at the point that he eventually does, in order for the rest of the series to happen, is the whole path to that point is paved with some of the stupidest goddamn decisions I have ever seen. Terra is an idiot. And quite frankly,
But
from what little I've seen of Aqua and Ventus, well, Ventus is also definitely an idiot, although arguably a much more lovable idiot. And Aqua, I get that she means well, but oh, girl, you need to work on your social graces.
okay, but is Terra worse than Snow?
Here's the thing about that. Snow is voiced by Troy Baker and is a lovable idiot to a degree. As in,
I mean, you say that, but he's very hard to love.
you say that, but at least his voice act. If nothing else, his voice acting is better. Like, I feel like I'm listening to Hayden Christensen here. Anakin.
I slaughter them like animals.
Yeah, sure, that one. Both owned by Disney. Funny that. Anyway, so that's my current. That is my current boggle with Birth by Sleep. I have as of this stream, I have finished Terra's storyline. Thank God for it. It's still not a bad game. It is just thus far the worst Kingdom Hearts game I've played, which is saying a lot because I've also played 358 over 2 days.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, at least it's not recoded.
I've yet to play Recoded, and I'm actually kind of excited for that.
I don't think Recoded is an actual game because that the remixes usually go is that they have the games with them, and then there's like a little movie based around the cutscenes, I think.
I can't speak to the accuracy of that entirely. Hold on, I've got the game boxes right here. Let me just have a look at them real quick, because I can never remember exactly what is on each of them. Okay, so that's 2.5. 1.5, we've got Final Mix. We've got the
Chain of Members.
Yeah, we've got the remastered Chain of Memories, and we've got 358 over 2 days. So that's actually 3 complete games right there.
Like I'm looking at the 2.5. It's got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix,
Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and Recoded.
Recoded HD Remastered Cinematics.
Yeah, which
I assume that was like a cutscene type deal or something.
No, because it also says that about 358 over 2 days on the first one, on 1.5. So I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure they're both. I'm pretty sure it's both, just like the original games, but with the cinematics remastered in HD. So same shit, better cutscenes.
Okay.
Which I mean, okay, I guess. Truth be told, the gameplay is the best part of 358 over 2 days, which isn't saying much, because it's basically just Kingdom Hearts gameplay, except with a really stupid, well, it's not even stupid. I can't even say it's stupid, because it's literally the exact same system that's in Kid Icarus Uprising that I really liked. The kind of tile-based power system.
Yeah.
Where you have to fit a bunch of different... Where basically the powers are represented by different sized Tetris blocks, and you have to figure out how to fit them all into one grid in order to get whatever powers you want for a specific thing.
Yeah. Well, to its credit, at least you can play as some of the members of Organization 13.
I mean, if you want to do the challenge mode and shit, sure. But who plays an RPG for the challenge mode?
I do.
Go away, Sasquatch.
No, I'm not. I'm a Yeti.
Oh, excuse me. I did not mean to accidentally get your species wrong, Mr. Yeti. I'm very sorry for that. And Ifrit!
What?
Why are we talking about this?
To do it to keep us away from Twilight.
Oh. Well, that is a very noble cause, and I appreciate it, but, unfortunately, a job must be done.
Carry on.
Yes, indeed. Let's see, where was I? I was there. Good. Last night the walls were down almost all. I didn't know if we were still being as candid today. It left me tongue-tied. I waited for him to speak. He turned to smirk at me. What, no 20 questions today? Never was the biggest fan of that game show. Do my questions bother you? I asked, relieved. You're relieved that your questions bother him, or... I'm just saying, the context of that's a little foggy for me. Not as much as your reactions do. He looked like he was joking, but I couldn't be sure. Well, I mean, so far your reactions to the "I'm dangerous" lines have largely been cool. Which is generally...
Okay, but what if he did the "I'm gay" line for us?
Oh, couldn't. Oh, would that he would. It would make this entire thing much shorter. No, that's... But yeah, I frowned. Do I react badly? No, that's the problem. You take everything so coolly. It's unnatural. Says the vampire. It makes me wonder what you're really thinking. Y'all know what my response to that's gonna be.
Sticks.
Okay, that's not the reaction I was gonna go for, but... Yeah, okay, that's fair. That actually does sound exactly like what I'd expect her internal monologue to be. Yeah, at least if it wasn't already provided for us in the form of the narration. It's less say, what are you thinking, more are you thinking, though. At least that's how I'm taking it. I always tell you what I'm really thinking. You edit, he accused. Oh my god. Are we gonna start talking about fake news?
Yes!
I hate you. Not very much. Enough to drive me insane. You don't want to hear it, I mumbled, almost whispered. As soon as the words were out, I regretted them. The pain in my voice was very faint. I could only hope he hadn't noticed it. Self-conscious, awkward douchebags. What fun! Where was I? Oh, right. The pain in my voice was very faint. I could only hope he hadn't noticed it. He didn't respond, and I wondered if I had ruined the mood. Yeah, I think he did.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. His face was unreadable as we drove into the school parking lot. Something occurred to me belatedly. You don't say. It took you too long to... It took you, of all people, too long to realize something. Perish the thought. Anyway, where's the rest of... Hang the bag to buy the bird. One of these days I'll learn how to speak English. Where's the rest of your family? I asked, more than glad to be alone with him, but remembering that his car was usually full. They took Rosalie's car. He shrugged as he parked next to a glossy red convertible with the top up. Ostentatious, isn't it? Well, I mean...
Ostentatious, that is.
I would argue that rather depends on what kind of convertible it is. 'Cause, I mean... Like, the Chrysler Sebring is a convertible. And it's red. I wouldn't call it... No, it's a Chrysler!
Oh. That's garbage.
Excuse me. 3 weeks later and I'm still phlegmy. Jesus wept. Well, that cleared out my entire brain, that did. Wow, I breathed. If she has that, why does she ride with you? Like I said, it's ostentatious. We try to blend in. Okay, I've been making multiple jokes about how boring Volvos are, but Like, you guys are the only people driving a new model car to a rural high school. And you think people aren't noticing that? Fuck's sake, this bint
Exactly.
noticed it!
It's like going. It's like going to school while having a hot rod.
Except not nearly as cool.
Exactly. Then again, this is Forks, Washington.
Well, I mean, we've already established there's at least one guy who does custom cars in the area. And he's also a puppy!
Beta male got it.
Do what now?
So he's a beta male. Okay.
Well, I don't see the connection. And I'm worried that if you explain the connection, I'm going to have to punch you in the face.
What? You just half man, half fish.
Okay, am I having a stroke right now? Because I don't really see what that has to do with anything.
Does it though?
He's
I mean,
well, he's not. First of all, he's not half man, half fish, as I already stated. He's half man, half puppy.
okay.
Not
But
half man, half puppy.
Answer yourself this though.
Do I
Is this
have to?
all a figment of your imagination?
Oh, you motherfucker! I swear to God, I am never going to get through this book with this guy. So, if you want to be part of the analog live stream, write to us at Ifrit's an absolute asshole at.
What happened?
Like I said, if you would like to be part of the analog live stream, write to us at ifritsanasshole at gmail.com.
Hotmail.com?
I'm going to keep
Like,
reading.
I only just came here. I don't know what's wrong.
I'm going to keep reading, and you're going to stop being an asshole.
Oh, come on. That wasn't that bad.
You're always that bad!
You're one to talk.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why are you so mad, Ifrit?
I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the dang kush. Maybe it just affects me that badly.
It's beginning to look a lot like fishmen.
I mean, as a proud Kekistani, that's actually offensive to my gender.
I'm gonna stop reacting now. Mostly because I don't know how to react anymore. Okay, where was I?
Something about fake cars and all that.
Right. Boring cars. Anyway. Like I said, it's ostentatious. We try to blend in. New model Volvo, blending in. Right. Thank you, Mordreen.
I mean, I guess they can make they can make the defense of we're pretty wealthy. I guess maybe.
Well,
Kinda?
I mean, yeah, but that's not exactly blending in, is it?
True.
And even our hero is somehow not dumb enough. Somehow even our hero is not too dumb to realize that. You don't succeed. I laughed and shook my head as we got out of the car. I wasn't late anymore. His lunatic driving had gotten me to school in plenty of time. Don't. I see you hovering over the play button over there, Ifrit. Don't.
Can't make any promises.
God damn it. Where was I? Oh, right. I was right here. Doing this. And hating it. So why did Rosalie drive today if it's more conspicuous? Haven't you noticed? I'm breaking all the rules now. Okay, at this point I just need to add breaking the law to the soundboard. Because clearly I'm gonna fucking need it. He met me at the front of the car, staying very close to my side as we walked onto campus. I wanted to close that little distance, to reach out and touch him. Oh my. But I was afraid he wouldn't like me to. Why do you have cars like that at all? I wondered aloud. If you're looking for privacy. An indulgence, he admitted with an impish smile. We all like to drive fast. Then maybe don't buy a convertible. Because you know what happens when you try to drive a convertible fast? You realize that the roof is a structural component, the entire chassis flexes, suddenly you lose all of your tire grip and go spinning off into a tree. Also, we all like to drive fast, says the Volvo driver.
Did I just hear fast?
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Don't you dare! You realize, of course, I can never watch Initial D again.
Why not?
Figures, I muttered under my breath. Under the shelter of the cafeteria roof's overhang, Jessica was waiting, her eyes about to bug out of their sockets. Over her arm, bless her, was my jacket. Hey, Jessica, I said when we were a few feet away. Thanks for remembering. She handed me my jacket without speaking. Okay? Good morning, Jessica, Edward said politely. It wasn't really his fault that his voice was so irresistible. Or what his eyes were capable of. Hi. She shifted her wide eyes to me, trying to gather her jumbled thoughts. I guess I'll see you in Trig. She gave me a meaningful look, and I suppressed a sigh. What on earth was I going to tell her? That you got a ride from Edward? What else do you need to tell her?
Did it involve multi-track drifting?
Don't.
What?
I know you were about to do it again. Don't.
I wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. She walked away, pausing twice to peek back over her shoulder at us. Subtle. Real subtle. What are you going to tell her? Edward murmured. Take a drink.
Oh, God.
Do I want to know what you're drinking?
Pure hard cider.
But I'm just going to keep reading. Hey, I thought you couldn't read my mind, I hissed. I can't, he said, startled. Then, understanding brightened his eyes. However, I can read hers. She'll be waiting to ambush you in class. I groaned as I pulled off his jacket and handed it to him, replacing it with my own. He folded it over.
Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. How can he read her mind but not Bella's?
Well, thanks for catching up, Ifrit. We've only been asking that since we started this book.
Excuse me, princess.
You were here for at least one of the instances in which we were talking about it. I know because I just listened to that particular instance recently.
Okay, but how long ago was that?
Well, that was chapter 7, so that would be last month.
See, mine doesn't work that way, man.
We really got to get you off that wacky tobacco.
What's that? Sounds tasty.
I hate my life.
I love.
Every time. God damn it. I'm just going to go over, check the chat. Hope that Slayer can somehow restore my sanity. Oh, who am I kidding?
We ran Slayer off.
I should have known better. Because his most recent post was, and I quote, "Notice me, senpai, I only have $7. Am I even going to be able to get through this with my sanity intact?
I have no idea.
And of course, prior to that, he was smash-mouthing. Oh god, I think I'm going to have a stroke. Back to reading. As soon as I remember where I was. Oh yeah. So, what are you going to tell her? Little help? I pleaded. What does she want to know? He shook his head, grinning wickedly. That's not fair. No, you not sharing what you know. Now that's not fair. Oh my god, now they're bickering.
They're like an old couple.
Don't say that. It's an insult to old couples. He deliberated for a moment as we walked. We stopped outside the door to my first class. She wants to know if we're secretly dating. And she wants to know how you feel about me, he finally said. Yikes, what should I say? I tried to keep my expression very innocent. People were passing us on their way to class, probably staring, but I was barely aware of them. Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe you could just tell her that you're friends, and because you're friends, he decided to give you a ride to school? Because that's a thing friends do? Because people of opposite genders can still be friends without also fucking on the side? Like, I should hope you guys don't think I'm fucking Wendy. Or M. Not least of which because she actually has a boyfriend. And also because both of them are ace. Well, M's Demi, but, like, it's kind of splitting hairs. Like, seriously, I'll never understand that. Am I the only one who just does not understand the whole, you're treating this person of the opposite sex like they exist. You must be dating. Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, that's how a lot of people tend to treat others.
Yeah, I know. And I'm saying that's stupid.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about maybe it's just because the places I've been to, they don't really go that route of, oh, hey, you're treating a person of the opposite sex fine. You must be dating. I've rarely even seen that.
I mean, how often have you seen members of the opposite sex?
Quite a lot.
I was honestly hoping for you to get angry about that question. Well.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say that this stream could do to be a lot funnier.
Oh.
Lol.
Nah.
Also,
no, go ahead.
Also, that you can get the pussy. I'm kidding.
Hold on.
I was kidding, you know.
No.
You ever have one of those moments, viewers, where you suddenly regret saying everything? I'm expecting...
So, what was all that, the whole multi-track drifting?
You know, I had the strangest feeling that's where you were going to go with this.
Yeah. About that. Why is it working? Why is it working?
Oh, you tried.
Train simulator! Yeah!
Okay. I'm gonna give you that one. That was good. Train simulator. Okay. That is exactly what I needed. I might just be able to get through this chapter now. He paused to catch a stray lock of hair that was escaping the twist on my neck and wound it back into place. Wait, twist? Neck? You know what? I'm just going to chalk this up to Stephanie Meyer being a bad writer and move on. My heart spluttered hyperactively. Okay, no, seriously, please, see a doctor. Or don't. I guess you suffering from a pulmonary edema would cut this book rather short. So, no, if you wanna, go ahead. I won't stop you. I suppose you could say yes to the first. If you don't mind, it's easier than any other explanation. You're not helping, Edward. You're really, really not helping.
Just go back to initial T. Why? It's just the Twilight initial D crossover.
I would like to refer you to my last... Okay, anyway. Dirk. Ah, right. I don't mind, I said in a faint voice. No, it's just the rest of us who mind. As for her other question, well, I'll be listening to hear the answer to that one myself. One side of his mouth pulled up into my favorite uneven smile. Ugh. I couldn't catch my breath soon enough to respond to that remark. He turned and walked away. I'll see you at lunch, he called over his shoulder. 3 people walking in the door stopped to stare at me. Oh my god, why does anybody care?
Because she's the main character.
Maybe she's just got something on her face. I hurried into class, flushed and irritated. He was such a cheater. Now I was even more worried about what I was going to say to Jessica. I sat in my usual seat, slamming my bag down in aggravation. Morning, Bella, Mike said from the seat next to me. I looked up to see an odd, almost resigned look on his face. How was Port Angeles? Space? ?
Wait, what?
There is a space between Angeles and the question mark.
What?
Here we go again.
How did they miss that?
I mean, they missed Show Row and Frosaith, and oh dear God, do I really need to go on?
Her in a clash flushed. Stop saying that. Yeah, I agree, Slayer. Let's stop saying that.
I mean, it does make the whole Twilight toilet joke screen that I have all the more appropriate.
Stop saying that. Remember.
Flushing.
Flushed away too.
Oh God, the first one was bad enough. There was no honest way to sum it up. Great, I finished lamely. Jessica got a really cute dress. Now see, Ifrit wasn't here when we were talking about the dress shopping experience, but if memory serves, Jessica's dress could best be described as... no.
Is that bad?
Pretty bad!
So is it something that would make my Velo character
neon blue? With silver shoes!
No! The colors match! The colors mismatch! No! Those are horrible combinations!
Those who don't know, Ifrit is a little bit more fashion-forward than the rest of us. I think. Maybe.
Kind of, sort of. I at least know what looks and what doesn't.
Well, I mean, I would argue most of the rest of us also know what looks good and what doesn't, although for the most part it is rather subjective with us. Which is why I've got 20 pairs of the same cargo pants. Yeah. Oddly, I'm not wearing one of them. Oddly, I'm not wearing one of those tonight.
I mean, at least black shirts and what color were cargo pants?
Khaki.
At least black and khaki tend to work fine together.
Well, yeah. Everything
neon blue and silver, on the other hand.
Well, I mean, everything goes with black, and almost everything goes with khaki.
Yes, but I'm comparing it to a neon blue dress and silver shoes.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy either. I'm not going to. For the record, I'm not going to. For the record, I'm not going to buy either of those just so you have a visual representation.
Fun fact, hashtag mom's worried, and that is actually a real hashtag on Twitter.
What? Oh, you didn't. You fucking didn't. Did you... Slayer! Did you make a meme out of me?
I mean... Stop it, kitty! What the heck are you doing, cat?
Oh. No, it's literally moms worrying about things. Okay. Huh.
That's just boring.
Well, on the bright side, it does mean that it doesn't mean that I'm not the one who started it. Thank God. Except Slayer decided to continue it. Oh God. Why?
Oh boy.
You frickin' Dr. Randonut's bastard! Insert Skyrunner theme here. Ah, yes. Did she say anything about Monday night? He asked, his eyes brightening. I smiled at the conversation the turn had taken.
What?
A+ reading. I smiled at the turn the conversation had taken. She said she had a really good time, I assured him. She did? He said eagerly. Most definitely. Oh, most definitely. Yes, you're clearly not lying. Mr. Mason called the class to order then, asking us to turn in our papers. English and then government passed in a blur, while I worried about how to explain things to Jessica and agonized over whether Edward would really be listening to what I said through the medium of Jess's thoughts. Oh, run-ons. How very inconvenient his little talent could be when it wasn't saving my life. God. You know the joke about how the civilians in superhero comics just cannot be fucking satisfied?
Yep.
Yeah, apparently that carries over into trashy romance novels. Who would have guessed? The fog had almost dissolved by the end of the second hour, but the day was still dark with low, oppressing clouds. Damn it! This entire time it was foggy and I failed to make a single Silent Hill reference. I have failed you all. I'm sorry. I smiled up at the sky. Edward was right, of course. When I walked into Trig, Jessica was sitting in the back row, nearly bouncing off her seat in agitation. That's a mental image. I reluctantly went to sit by her, trying to convince myself it would be better to get it over with as soon as possible. Tell me everything, she commanded before I was in the seat.
No.
Good answer. Unfortunately, that's not the answer Bella gives. What do you want to know? I hedged.
Hedged. Over the hedge.
Why are we bringing shrubbery into this?
We demand a shrubbery!
Is that even... Okay, well, excuse me for a second while I check Stephanie's grammar again.
Oh no.
An actor means preventing complete loss of a bet, an argument, an investment, or the like, with a partially counterbalancing or qualifying one. So, basically not at all what should have been used here. Because that doesn't make any sense.
She just needed a word that came up.
Oh wait, no, that's the noun. Excuse me. Noun, verb. To enclose with or separate by a hedge. Well, as hilarious as the mental image of you planting a bunch of bushes around your friend is, that's quite funny, but no. To surround and confine as if with the hedge. Restrict. No, not really. To protect with qualifications that allow for unstated contingencies or for withdrawal from commitment.
Maybe?
Maybe. Okay, to mitigate a possible loss by counterbalancing, we've already established that one, not really accurate. To prevent or hinder free movement, obstruct. No. No. Just no. So I guess, I guess just just protect with qualifications that allow for unstated contingencies or for withdrawal from commitment. Except she's not Except she's not committed to anything. Because she's only telling things. My brain hurts.
It could be worse.
Do I want to know how?
Oh, I don't know.
Actually, you know what? No, this is not hedging because it's not creating any qualifications or caveats or anything. It's literally, what do you want to know?
She just hedges.
Shrubbery.
Blame the knights who say knee.
I always do. What happened last night? He bought me dinner and then he drove me home.
Did someone say drive?
Oh no. Please stop. Just hold on to that one for a second. You'll thank me for it.
Okay.
She glared at me, her expression stiff with skepticism. How did you get home so fast? He drives like a maniac. It was terrifying. I hoped he heard that.
Oh, did I ever?
Yeah.
Saw it coming.
Not only did I see that coming, read the title on the stream. You don't have a link to the stream, do you?
Multi-vampire drifting! You know, that actually works, considering all the initial D shit that happened.
That's the joke.
I know. I'm pulling a Ted Turner.
Was it like a date? Did you tell him to meet you there? I hadn't thought of that. No, I was very surprised to see him there. Her lips puckered in disappointment at the transparent honesty in my voice. Is that how people usually respond to honesty by acting like they just tasted something incredibly sour.
Sometimes depends on what the honest thing is.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Trust me, I've seen it before.
You know, I was going to deny that, and then I realized I was actually puckering my lips. Huh. Well, okay then. But he picked you up for school today, she probed. Yes, that was a surprise too. He noticed I didn't have a jacket last night, I explained. So are you going out again? He offered to drive me to Seattle Saturday because he thinks Toy Truck isn't up to it.
Jeez. That burn.
That's not a burn, Ifrit. That's another showroom moment.
Oh, jeez.
And all I can picture is Kristen Stewart squatting in the bed of a relatively large toy truck, just kind of determinedly, but very slowly, just rolling down the road.
There's tough and there's Tonka tough.
Yes. Oh, okay. Anybody who's watching this who's good with Photoshop, I need Kristen Stewart driving a Tonka truck now.
Don't tempt me.
Oh, I'm gonna tempt you. I'm gonna tempt you hard.
I've paint.net, and I've made some silly stuff up before.
Do it.
Maybe.
Do it.
Okay, that was weird.
Of course it was weird. It's Emperor Palpatine.
No, not that. My deal was kind of screwed up a little bit. Now it's working.
Huh. Weird. Anyway, he offered to drive me to Seattle Saturday because he thinks Toy Truck isn't up to it.
Wait a minute.
Does that count?
Slayer?
Uh-oh.
I see Boonslayer.spreadshirt.
Boonslayer.spreadshirt?
Yes.
Am I gonna hate myself?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, here we go. Boonslayer merchandise shop. Oh, this is his stuff. Okay, so apparently Slayer likes to do the photoshopping.
Oh boy.
And then puts it on shirts. You ever have one of those moments, viewers, where you legitimately regret asking for something? Kind of a monkey's kind of a monkey's paw moment. Honestly though, Slayer, if that's the thing you want to do, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm literally powerless to stop you. And also, I'm morbidly curious to see just exactly what you're gonna come up with. Yeah. Anyway, does that count? Yes, she nodded. Well, then, yes. W-O-W.
Okay, so Slayer is not his site, or it's her site or whatever. It's Boonslayer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember Boonslayer now. Yeah.
Okay, that makes one of us. But hey,
he's a commentator, does music reviews, that type of stuff.
Yes, thank you. I also read that comment.
Oh, I didn't know if you're watching the chat or not.
I pop in on it on occasion. But yeah, she exaggerated the word into 3 syllables. Really? Because the way you typed it, I thought she was literally spelling it. Edward Cullen. I know, I agreed. WoW didn't even cover it. Oh my god, they're so basic. Wait.
See, this wouldn't happen if Kermit the Frog's part was Edward Cullen.
Oh, here we go again. Alright, I'm gonna stop your green felt ass there because I just want to keep this going. Wait! Her hands flew up, palms toward me like she was stopping traffic.
Yay!
Toy truck traffic?
I mean, does Forks have a version of Sesame Street?
I sincerely hope not. Has he kissed you? No, I mumbled. It's not like that. She looked disappointed. I'm sure I did too. Do you think Saturday? She raised her eyebrows. I really doubt it. The discontent in my voice was poorly disguised. What did you talk about? She pushed for more information in a whisper. Class had started, but Mr. Varner...
Next.
Kind of surprised I didn't think of that. She pushed for more information in a whisper. Class had started, but Mr. Varner wasn't paying close attention, and we weren't the only ones still talking. I don't know, Jess. Lots of stuff.
Next.
I whispered back. That time I beat you to it. We talked about the English essay a little. A very, very little. I think he mentioned it in passing. Please, Bella, she begged. Give me some details. Well, okay, I've got one.
Next.
You should have seen the waitress flirting with him. It was over the top. But he didn't pay attention to her at all. Let him make what he could of that. That's a good sign. She nodded. Was she pretty? Very, and probably 19 or 20. So basically what you're saying is... No, wait. I was... Okay... So I was about to make a quip about how he was just trying to avoid statutory rape laws. And then I remembered, he's been 17 for 100-odd years. And if he wanted to avoid statutory rape laws, he would have tried dating the 20-year-old waitress! Not the high school student! Ah! I can't with this! Well, I'm gonna need more Oingo Boingo after this. But we already did that episode, so
we're gonna need more. We're gonna need some more multi-track drifting after this.
Oh god damn it, no!
Calm down. I don't have anything.
You can tell this is wearing me out.
I can tell. I can just tell by the sound of your voice. Actually, I got a song that fits you.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Oh no! Soda. So, how's that song coming?
Give me a minute.
Gotta find something to fill the dead air. So, how about them sports balls? Ain't they sports ballsy?
Okay, here you go.
Somehow you managed to find a song that is both hilariously appropriate and hilariously inappropriate. Perfect.
Well, of course.
I love.
According to Slater, according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The vampire, though, eats the bee anyway because blood is blood. I add that last bit. You okay, dude?
No! I'm trying to get through a stream, and the only people I have to help me do it are you two idiots.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes. The Bella, the details, the okay, I've got one, the waitress,
fly anyway.
the peanut,
think it's impossible.
The merriment, the peanut, the Patrick,
The fledgling,
and the Bubbas.
the sausage meatloaf.
Right. The statutory rape. Anyway, even better, he must like you. I think so, but it's hard to tell. He's always so cryptic. I threw in for his benefit, sighing. I don't know how you're brave enough to be alone with him, she breathed. Why? I was shocked, but she didn't understand my reaction. He's so intimidating. I wouldn't know what to say with him. Or what to say to him. She made a face. Probably remembering this morning or last night where he'd turned the overwhelming force of his eyes on her. I mean, you know, there's being brave and then there's just being stupid. I'm just saying, Jessica, your friend here might be one or the other. Hard to tell.
He's a eunuch, isn't he?
Eunuchs. That means he doesn't have a dick, Vegeta.
Of course not, but we got it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go have the best day ever now. Whee!
And thus the entire Air Force was dead.
And the whales.
No!
We're so original. I do have some trouble.
We should do our own abridged series with blackjack and hookers. You know what? Forget the blackjack.
So GTA abridged?
I don't know.
That sounds like a bad idea that could almost work. And on that note, I'm going to try and forget I ever came up with it. I do have some trouble with incoherency when I'm around him, I admitted. Oh, really? Just when you're around him? Show row? Toy truck? Again,
Tonka truck.
Need I go on? Oh well, he is unbelievably gorgeous. Jessica shrugged as if this excused any flaws.
Everything's so gorgeous!
Which, in her book, it probably did. Wow, you an asshole.
Oh, a Sigma. According to Slayer, you're apparently a Frasif?
A Frosaif, yes.
A Frossafe, whatever.
I think that's like some sort of Jewish hall of worship. And also another typo that was in this very book.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God. God.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when you're not... This is the shit you miss when you're not a regular on this stream.
Forget this. I'm just going to go play Xbox.
No! Please.
What?
I'll let you play extra Initial D music.
I don't got any more Initial D music to play.
Dude, I could think of more Initial D music you could play.
Oh, I know I can, but I'm just trying to have jokes.
Yeah, fair enough. Everything gets stale eventually. Anyway.
I mean, it's like trying to impress a lady, but all you know are black jokes.
Remember what I said earlier about you not being able to get the pussy?
I didn't say I was the one that did that. I knew a couple of band students that were like that though.
Well, Oklahoma.
Hey, we're not all like that.
Well,
some of us are very friendly people.
I mean, the fact that you exist is kind of proof enough of that. Yeah. That is a compliment. Anyway, gorgeous, probably did, bitch. There's a lot more to him than that. Really? Like what? Really? Like what? One of those was a quote from the book. One of those was me. Can you tell which one was which?
Both.
Yes. I wished I had let it go. Almost as much as I was hoping he'd been kidding about listening in.
Let it go. Let it go.
I was frozen today. Never cross the memes, kids. Except always cross the memes, kids.
I was about to say. Would you like some ass fries with that?
Ass fries! I can't explain it right, but he's even more unbelievable behind the face. Did you rip his face off? Am I going to have to get the Optimus Prime quote?
Don't do it.
Really
don't eat my face. Do not eat my...
Give me your face.
You ate his face?
His entire face. The vampire who wanted to be good, who ran around saving people's lives so he wouldn't be a monster. I stared toward the front of the room.
I did what I could.
Yes, okay, we get it. He's Batman. I'd rather read Batman fanfic at this rate. Jesus wept.
I mean, it'd probably be better written.
Is that possible? She giggled. Why are any of the words in that question italicized? More importantly, why are most of the words in that question italicized?
I don't know. Your mother?
Again, things we've had to talk about before. This is just turning into a redux of Chapter 7. Painful, boredom, and all.
You can almost say that it's deja vu.
Oh, no.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Okay, good, because you already played that one.
Nah, I kind of regret it.
I ignored her, trying to look like I was paying attention to Mr. Varner. So you like him, then? She wasn't about to give up. Yes, I said curtly. I mean, do you really like him? She urged. I mean, asked and answered. Jesus wept. I need to stop saying that. Then again, this book needs to stop making me say that. Yes, I said again, blushing. I hoped that detail wouldn't register in her thoughts. She'd had enough of the single-syllable answers. How much do you like him? Too much.
Does it matter?
Too much, I whispered back. There, a 2-syllable answer. Awesome. More than he likes me, but I don't see how I can help that. I sighed, one blush blending into the next. I don't think that's how blushing works.
This is not cherries. You can't blush like this. No, it's unhealthy. Is that possible?
Is that a reference?
It's a reference to Slayer's tweet. Not tweet. Slayer's cop. Ah! Slayer's comment.
You almost said it's a reference to Slayer's cock.
I said Twitter, then post, then comments. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has, and this stream is only making it longer. I'm just gonna hold on. Entertain the people. And by people I mean Slayer. I'm gonna scroll down real quick and just see how much more of this we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, any good
5,
movies?
6 pages. 6 pages left. Crap.
Oh, jeez. And no, it is not a JoJo reference.
Fertile. Okay. She didn't get a chance to start on the subject again during class, and as soon as the bell rang, I took evasive action. Evasive maneuvers! Whoop! 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 Dive! This just in, Bella Swan is now a submarine. Thanks for your input, Ifrit. That was very helpful. Ifrit, did your Discord die again?
No.
Oh. You were just trying to make me look like an idiot, weren't you?
It's just all about the troubling.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading.
You do that.
Dirk. In English, Mike asked me if you said anything about Monday night. I told her. You're kidding! What did you say? She gasped, completely sidetracked. I told him you said you had a lot of fun. He looked pleased. Tell me exactly what he said and your exact answer. We spent the rest of the walk dissecting sentence structures and most of Spanish. I thought they were dissecting most of Spanish for a second there. And most of Spanish on a minute description of Mike's facial expressions. I wouldn't have helped draw it out for as long as I did if I wasn't worried about the subject returning to me. Jesus Christ. None of these characters are characters. They're all fucking caricatures. It's ridiculous. And then the bell rang for lunch. As I jumped up out of my seat, shoving my books roughly in my bag, my uplifted expression must have tipped Jessica off. You're not sitting with us today, are you? She guessed. I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so? It's a yes or no question.
Also, again with the italicization, that really doesn't need to be there. I'm almost used to it at this point, but I'm still pointing it out because, God damn it, fuck you! I really hate this book.
I hate you, BuzzFeed.
I also hate BuzzFeed, but that's neither here nor there. Unless it is.
BuzzFeed said I was an aardvark.
Oh. It's funny. Told me I was a groundhog. And that I'm loyal, kind, and wise.
It also said I was Hitler. And I'm loyal, kind, and wise.
Go watch Glove and Boots, kids. You'll thank yourself for it. I couldn't be sure that he wouldn't disappear inconveniently again, but outside the door to our Spanish class, leaning against the wall, looking more like a Greek god than anyone had a right to. How many scrawny, pasty Greek gods have you seen?
Seriously, that's not a great god. If anything, that's someone that spit shines from his shoes.
Ouch. Accurate, but ouch. Edward was waiting for me. Jessica took one look, rolled her eyes, and departed. See you later, Bella. Her voice was thick with implications. I mean, fuck you too, I guess. I might have to turn off the ringer on the phone. Hello? No. I have to James May this one. Hello.
Hello? Yes, this is dog.
No. Hello. His voice was amused and irritated at the same time. He had been listening, it was obvious. Hi! I couldn't think of anything else to say, and he didn't speak. Biding his time, I presumed. So it was a quiet walk to the cafeteria. Walking with Edward through the crowded lunchtime rush was a lot like my first day here. Everyone stared. Oh my god. Just fucking...
Staying alive, staying alive.
Lord knows I'm not! He led the way into the line, still not speaking, though his eyes returned to my face every few seconds, their expression speculative. It seemed to me irritation was winning out over amusement as the dominant emotion the dominant emotion in his face? Not on his face?
That is nasty.
Don't put your emotions inside your face, kids. That's how you get zits. I fidgeted nervously with the zipper on my jacket. He stepped up to the...
Now's not the time to get naked.
He stepped up to the counter and filled a tray with food. What are you doing? I objected. You're not getting all that for me. He shook his head.
Getting for himself.
He shook his... It's funny you say that. He shook his head, stepping forward to buy the food. That was for me, of course. Art raised one eyebrow. He led the way to the same place we'd sat that one time before. From the other end of the long table, a group of seniors gazed at us in amazement as we... Oh my god, as if the seniors would ever give half a shit about you.
Back in my day, we had a classical vampires.
Wrong seniors, but they still totally had Jell-O today.
What?
I said I had Jell-O today, you old coot.
What about... What? I don't drink mellow yellow.
I'm sorry. I really wanted to keep that gag going, but I can't. I'm too busy corpsing. Help.
Uh-oh, he's having a stroke. Quick, someone call the ambulance.
The seniors. Edward seemed oblivious. Don't know why the seniors weren't oblivious, but okay. Take whatever you want, he said, pushing the tray toward me. I'm curious, I said as I picked up an apple, turning it around in my hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our cover art.
Goody.
What would you do if someone dared you to eat food?
I mean, it depends on the kind of food.
You know, he'd probably just go ahead. He'd probably just tell them to fuck off because, you know, having lived for 100 years, he's a fucking adult and knows not to bother with something as childish as a dare!
I mean, if he gets money out of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then it's not a dare, it's a wager. Anyway.
Hey ho, Committee Frog here at the lovely cafeteria. Just wondering, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, Edward? You're even though you're a vampire, you're supposed to eat still.
I mean...
For fuck's sake, you drink blood.
I mean, that's not technically true, I don't think.
You shut the fuck up while I'm Kermit, he's talking.
No.
Yeah.
Also, the phrase you're looking for is, you shut your whore mouth when Kermit the Frog is talking. Already did that line. You know as well as I do, Ifrit, that I already did that line on this stream before. And I still did it better. Mic drop. And I would totally drop the mic if it weren't for the fact that doing so would necessitate dropping my entire laptop. I can't afford a new one yet.
Oh god.
You okay over there? Anyway.
No. No.
Okay, well you keep you keep dry heaving. I'm going to go ahead and just keep reading.
I think this story's killing me.
Welcome to my world. You're always curious, he grimaced, shaking his head. He giant purple blobbed, shaking his head. Haha, McDonald's bread.
It's the blob. But he's wearing a tracksuit.
Right, well, you know how we already determined that this story is in fact killing us?
You know?
That mental image has only helped to expedite the process.
Oh. So, Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay.
Thanks, asshole. Fasshole.
Did someone say fast?
No. Thas. Thas. S. Hole.
Oh. Okay.
Also, that bit's getting old. Anyway, he glared at me, holding my eyes, as he lifted the slice of pizza off the tray and deliberately bit off a mouthful, chewed quickly, and then swallowed. Ugh. Oh, God, dude. Dude, no. School cafeteria pizza isn't even good to humans. Ugh.
But people still hate it.
Yeah? I don't know why, but yeah. I watched, eyes wide. If someone dared you to eat dirt, you could, couldn't you? He asked condescendingly. Thanks, asshole. Fasshole. I wrinkled my nose. I did once. On a dare, I admitted. It wasn't so bad. You know, I always had the feeling she was spineless. I just didn't realize she was an actual earthworm. You were saying something?
All I said was wow.
Oh,
I don't know if it caught or not.
it didn't. Did I hear a bork? I think I heard a bork. Oh, it's a doggo.
Not on my end.
Oh well.
Backyard dogs are surprisingly quiet.
Go figure. Oh well, I won't look a gift dog in the mouth. Mostly because it might bark if I do. He laughed. I suppose I'm not surprised. Something over my shoulder seemed to catch his attention. Jessica's analyzing everything I do. She'll break it down for you later. He pushed the rest of the pizza toward me. The mention of Jessica brought a hint of his former irritation back to his features. Yes, okay, we get it. Literally everybody in Forks who isn't a main character is annoying. Thank you. We've established that.
Or have less character than Bella, surprisingly.
Yeah. Basically, I think what we're trying to say here is learn to write, Stephanie!
I mean, when Akami got killed, does a better job with its characters than this.
You mean Akame?
Akami got killed. It's an anime series.
Yeah.
It's trash.
So I've heard. Well, in the end, we are all trash. That's why we're reading this shit. Anyway. I put down the apple and took a bite of the pizza, looking away, knowing he was about to start. So the waitress was pretty, was she? He asked casually. You really didn't notice? No, I wasn't paying attention. I had a lot on my mind. Poor girl. I could afford to be generous now. Something you said to Jessica, well, it bothers me. He refused to be distracted. His voice was husky, and he glanced up from under his lashes with troubled eyes. I'm not surprised you heard something you didn't like. You know what they say about eavesdroppers. Eavesdroppers!
Please tell me that's just a typo within the PDF files itself.
I don't know, and I'm not about to look it up. But we've already established at least one of the typos in this book is actually in the original publication.
Oh, for crying out loud! Please, my Steffi Miles' credibility is already so far in the toilet. Don't. This is only making it worse.
You know what? I'm actually curious now, so once again, I'm going to step away and look something up.
Okie dokie.
Twilight typos. Oh, good. Google autocomplete already knows where I'm going with this.
I'll just converse with Slayer for a bit.
Oh my god, it's apparently legit. Twilight.
It's legit?
I'm just gonna show you. I just found. Okay, so on Goodreads.com, there's a topic involving grammatical errors, and it's and it's 8 pages long. There are 382 entries.
What?
And then, right below that link, I found the best, worst, typos, mistakes, and corrections of 2012. From the that was from the Atlantic.
That was from the. I'm not even gonna question anymore.
I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys this.
Do we even
corrections?
I could just give out on me now.
For those who've never heard of the Atlantic, it's one of the oldest, most well-regarded newspapers in the United States.
I'm pretty sure it's just a joke.
It had better be. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know who to trust anymore. But apparently Twilight, in Twilight at the very least, the formatting errors are legendary. Which honestly makes me wonder what the original drafts looked like. Because this is what we're getting after it was edited. What in the hell?
Jesus, no.
What in the hell do Stephanie Meyer's manuscripts look like?
I don't even want to know.
Neither do I. But anyway, you know what they say about eavesdrop, nurse? I reminded him. No, we don't. Because that's not a word. I warned you I would be listening. And I warned you that you didn't want to know everything I was thinking. You did, he agreed, but his voice was still rough. You aren't precisely right, though. I do want to know what you're thinking. Everything. I just wish that you wouldn't be thinking some things. Ifrit, do you want to take this one, or should I?
I don't care.
No, come on, you do it so well.
Can you repeat the sentence again?
I just wish that you wouldn't be thinking some things.
I don't get it.
Sorry, I didn't catch all of that.
I don't get it.
Okay, let me just read the entire bit again. You aren't precisely right, though. I do want to know what you're thinking. Everything. I just wish that you wouldn't be thinking some things.
They just read her mind!
Well, he can't. That's the whole point of this conversation.
This makes no sense!
She's the special, so because the plot demands it, she's the one person whose mind he cannot read.
I don't care. This makes no sense.
I'm less concerned about the fact that it doesn't make any sense, and more concerned about the fact that that's, literal thought policing.
Okay, yeah, that too. That's what the fuck, man.
That is some literal Orwellian shit. And that is both Orwellian and also quite shit. And in a book, therefore, literally. It's a pun.
Sorry, sorry. I probably got that, but it's about 11:30 here.
Dude, I'm an hour ahead of you. Believe me when I say I don't pity you. Except I do pity you because I'm in exactly the same situation you are right now, that being reading Twilight. We're in this together, man. We can do this, brother. Unless you turn into a gorilla.
You're not the one standing up through all this.
Why are you standing?
Because my seat is taken by the cat.
Oh, kitty, no.
And he refuses to move.
Oh, no.
I plop him back down, and he just goes back up.
Oh, I get put down, but I'll get up again. You ain't gonna keep me down.
The bed is close to me, but I can't sit down in it because my headphone cable's too short.
Don't you have the laptop though?
Yes. The thing is, my HDMI cable's too short too. I have it connected to my TV.
I mean, you could just disconnect it from your TV.
That's going to cause a lot of problems with sound.
All you're doing right now is putting up with my ass.
I know, but still.
Well, I mean, you go ahead and stand up if that's what you want to do. I'll try and get through quicker. For both our sakes.
Well, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I can't or something.
I scowled. That's quite a distinction. But that's not really the point at the moment. Yes, let's go ahead and just gloss over the fact that you're actually starting to show some signs of being abusive. Then what is?
Abusive and controlling.
We were inclined toward each other across the table now. What are you, planking?
Oh, God!
No wonder people keep staring! You okay?
Oh, God, no. Just the image of Edward and Bella having this conversation
while planking! Oh, it gets better.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
He had his large white hands, folded under his chin. Thank you, soundboard.
That's not how you plank!
What? You mean you don't fold your dick under your chin when you go planking?
No! That's the plank and pull combo!
Oh, this suddenly got better. I leaned forward, my right hand cupped around...
No!
Cupped around my neck. Well, at least she's not choking the chicken, but she is choking herself. I had to remind myself that we were in a crowded lunchroom.
Oh, God.
With probably many curious eyes on us. It was too easy to get wrapped up in our own private, tense little bubble. Totally bubble is what we were on about.
Let's just go with that, yeah.
Yes.
Bubbles. My bubbles.
Bubbles. Do you truly believe that you care more for me than I do for you? He murmured. Take a drink. Leaning closer to me as he spoke, his dark golden eyes piercing. I tried to remember how to exhale. I had to look away before it came back to me. This is the sort of person who has trouble walking and chewing gum at the same time, isn't it? You're doing it again.
Probably.
You're doing it again, I muttered. His eyes opened wide with surprise. What? Dazzling me, I admitted, trying to concentrate as I looked back at him. Oh. He frowned. It's not your fault, I sighed. You can't help it. Are you going to answer the question? There was a question? Oh, right. I looked down. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are going to answer, or yes, you really think that? He was irritated again.
Yes, I love nachos.
I mean, technically it could be both of those things.
I love nachos and frozen yogurt.
And technically she could just answer that question with yes. And actually she does. Yes, I really think that. I kept my eyes down on the table, my eyes tracing the pattern of the faux wood grains printed on the laminate.
Innuendo number 3, the planking scene.
Thank you, Slayer. Flair. The silence dragged on. I stubbornly refused to be the first to break it this time, fighting hard against the temptation to peek at his expression. Finally, he spoke, voice velvet soft. You're wrong. Wrong! I glanced up to see that his eyes were gentle. Ugh. The writing in this, I swear to fucking God. You can't...
I mean, it is supposed to be a trashy romance novel.
You can't know that, I disagreed in a whisper. I shook my head in doubt, though my heart throbbed at his words, and I wanted so... Hold on.
That's not the only thing I throbbed.
Yeah,
Next.
we all saw that one coming. Damn it.
I heard
Yes.
that, Curtis.
Next. Next. Next.
Oh, I'm gonna break my one key if I have to keep doing that. Where was I? Oh, yeah. My heart throbbed at his words, and I wanted so badly to... believe him. Yes. Believe, not fuck. Clearly. What makes you think so? His liquid topaz eyes were penetrating. Ifrit,
Yes?
you watch Steven Universe, don't you?
Yes. What about it?
Well, watching Steven Universe, you know a thing or two about gems.
About what? You care about my hand.
About gems. You know a thing or two about gems.
Some, yeah.
Is topaz a liquid?
I don't think so.
Of course it isn't! It's a fucking gem! I'm pretty sure I didn't cut off that time, did I?
You said, of course it is! It's a fuck!
Oh.
No, you didn't cut out my hand.
That would have been great, though, if it just cut off right there. What's a pho, though? Trying futilely. Okay, even if that's actually... Even if that's a word, and I sincerely doubt that... Well, like, structurally, it is absolutely a word. Specifically, it's an adverb. But, like, oh god. If ever there was a word you should not use, futilely is pretty high on that list, I think. Just because of how shitty of a word it is. Trying futilely, I assumed, to lift the truth straight from my mind. I stared back, struggling to think clearly in spite of his face, to find some way to explain. Staring contest! As I searched for the words, I could see him getting impatient. Frustrated by my silence, he started to scowl. Crumbled face. I lifted my hand from my neck and held up one finger. Let me think, I insisted. His expression cleared now that he was satisfied that I was planning to answer. I dropped my hand to the table, moving my left hand so that my palms were pressed together. I stared at my hands, twisting and untwisting my fingers, as I finally spoke. Well, aside from the obvious, sometimes... I hesitated. I can't be sure. I don't know how to read minds, but sometimes it seems like you're trying to say goodbye when you're saying something else. That was the best I could sum up the sensation of anguish that his words triggered in me at times. Oh my god, she's triggered. Thank you, flatulent, musical note. Is this Inception? I think it's Inception. It's a tuba fart, if nothing else. Perceptive, he whispered. And there was the anguish again, surfacing as he confirmed my fear. That's exactly why you're wrong, though, he began to explain, but then his eyes narrowed. What do you mean, the obvious?
Hold on a second. I think I'm looking, Slayer. I'm looking for a huge ass. Have you seen a huge ass anywhere?
Only the one I'm on the stream with.
What, you?
Does that... Yes, Nappa, clearly.
Yay! I'm gonna have some fun with the bug people, Vegeta.
Okay, let's stop that before we get a cease. Let's stop that before we get a cease and desist from Team 4-Star. Again.
Again?
Don't ask. Well, look at me, I said unnecessarily, as he was already staring. Ugh. I'm absolutely ordinary. Well, except for bad things like all the near-death experiences and being so clumsy that I'm almost disabled. Fuck you! I'm sorry, but you being an idiot is no excuse to invoke disability. You fuckwad. And look at you. I waved my hand toward him in all his bewildering perfection. His brow creased angrily for a moment, then smoothed as his eyes took on a knowing look. You don't see yourself very clearly, you know. I'll admit you're dead on about the bad things, he chuckled blackly. But you didn't hear what every human male in this school was thinking on your first day.
See you, Slayer.
Oh, good, Slayer's checking out. Take me with you. He's not going to take me with him, is he? Fuck.
Probably not.
I blinked, astonished. I don't believe it, I mumbled to myself. You narrated it! Trust me just this once. You are the opposite of ordinary. Well, I will give him that. She is definitely not ordinary. She's just stupid, annoying, shallow, bitchy,
Annoying.
tedious,
Painful.
pale.
A Lego brick.
Yes, also that.
Having a stroke while also talking.
No, that's actually me. Ugh. Trust me just this once, you opposite of ordinary. My embarrassment was much stronger than my pleasure at the look that came into his eyes when he said this. I quickly reminded him of my original argument. But I'm not saying goodbye, I pointed out. Don't you see? That's what proves me right. I care the most because if I can do it... He shook his head, seeming to struggle with the thought. If leaving is the right thing to do, then I'll hurt myself to keep from hurting you, to keep you safe. Okay, yes, we get it, you're dangerous. God, 10 fucking chapters of this and it's still going strong. I glared. And you don't think I would do the same? You haven't? You'd never have to make the choice. Abruptly, his unpredictable mood shifted again. A mischievous, devastating smile rearranged his features. Okay, what? Is his face just a freaking, like, one of those slidey puzzle board things?
A slide puzzle?
Yes.
I mean, possibly. It depends on how discombobulated his face is.
Well, he's played by Robert Pattinson, so very.
Probably.
We love you, Rob. You know, when you're not playing this asshole. Of course, keeping you safe is beginning to feel like a full-time occupation that requires my constant presence. No one has tried to do away with me today, I reminded him, grateful for the lighter subject. I didn't want him to talk about goodbyes anymore. If I had to, I suppose I could purposely put myself in danger to keep him close. I fucking hate everything about these characters.
You okay?
No!
Take it easy.
I think that last one might have bruised a little bit. Oops.
Don't concuss yourself.
Physically impossible, my skull is too thick.
You don't want to pull a Katsuyori Shibata. I got a wrestler who headbutts someone so hard that not only did he get concussed, but the right side of his body was paralyzed.
Again, physically impossible, my skull is too thick.
How do you know this?
Ifrit? I thought it would be a good idea to stream live readings of Twilight.
That's nothing. But have you actually tried headbutting someone really, really, really hard?
I mean, I usually go for a punch first, and that's usually enough. So,
Because once you reach the point where you paralyze the right half of your body, that's the dangerous thing.
I think you don't quite realize that I'm currently joking.
I know. I'm playing along. That's how I always do things. I play along with certain
Okay,
views.
but it's not really funny.
I don't.
It's okay, we're both tired and out of sorts.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I banished that thought before his quick eyes read it on my face. That idea would definitely get me in trouble. Yet, he added. Yet, I agreed. I would have argued, but now I wanted him to be expecting disasters.
Ass disasters?
I hate everything.
No, you're not. You just take some things.
I have another question for you. His face was still casual. Shoot. Okay, bang.
I wish. This would make this book go so much faster.
Wouldn't it just? Do you really need to go to Seattle this Saturday, or was that just an excuse to get out of saying no to all your admirers? Okay, with the italicizing again. I made a face at the memory. You know, I haven't forgiven you for the Tyler thing yet, I warned him. It's your fault he's deluded himself into thinking I'm going to prom with him. Oh, he would have found a chance to ask you without me. I just really wanted to watch your face, he chuckled. I would have been angrier if his laughter wasn't so fascinating. Ha ha, laughter. If I'd asked you, would you have turned me down? He asked, still laughing to himself. Probably not, I admitted, but I would have cancelled later, faked an illness or a sprained ankle. He was puzzled. Why would you do that? I shook my head sadly. You've never seen me in gym, I guess, but I would have thought you would understand. Are you referring to the fact that you can't walk across a flat, stable surface without finding something to trip over?
She's clumsy!
Obviously. Well, that wouldn't be a problem, he was very confident. It's all in the leading. He could see that I was about to protest, and he cut me off. But you never told me. Are you resolved on going to Seattle, or do you mind if we do something different? As long as the weed part was in, I didn't care about anything else. Wii U? Oh, I like Nintendo. Shut up. I'm open to alternatives.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What?
What is it?
There's a new Kickstarter. There's a new tabletop Kickstarter in the works. It's already reached its goal.
What is it?
Planet Crashers Galactic Boogaloo Edition.
Oh no.
It's a tabletop inspired by Space Dandy.
Oh yes!
Yes.
My body is ready. Anyway, Twilight.
Oh hey, there's an original version for free.
Ooh, cool. Anyway, I'm open to alternatives, I allowed, but I do have a favor to ask. He looked wary, as he always did when I asked an open-ended question. What? Can I drive? He frowned. Why? Well, mostly because when I told Charlie I was going to Seattle, he specifically asked if I was going alone, and at the time I was. If he asked again, I probably wouldn't lie, but I don't think he will ask again, and leaving my truck at home would just bring up the subject unnecessarily. And also because your driving frightens me.
What?
Did you miss that last bit?
Driving?
Driving.
Deja vu, I've been in this place before, high on the street.
You're starting to sound like me last week.
It's so hard when I try to pee-pee.
See, that was me last week, but with Hall & Oates' Private Eyes.
Oh, God.
Seriously, if you ever get seriously, dude, if you ever get the time, rewatch some of the old streams. It'll help you get up to date on where exactly we are in the story. And there have been some very funny moments that you've unfortunately missed.
Oh, no. I'll be right back.
Oh, no. Okay, you know what? While he's gone, I'm going to do everybody here a favor. I'm just going to keep reading. He rolled his eyes. Of all the things about me that could frighten you, you worry about my driving. I mean, you do drive like oh, god damn it, now I have to. He drives like crazy. Like no one else. He drives like crazy. He's got a death wish, I guess. Thanks, Al. Thanks. Yankovic. He shook his head in disgust, but then his eyes were serious again. Won't you want to tell your father that you're spending the day with me? There was an undercurrent to his question that I didn't understand. With Charlie, less is always more. I was definite about that. Whatever the fuck that means. Where are we going, anyway? The weather will be nice, so I'll be staying out of the public eye. And you can stay with me if you'd like to. Again, he was leaving the choice up to me. Oh, they gonna fuck. And you'll show me what you meant about the sun? I asked, unnecessary comma, excited by the... Well, what you meant, unnecessary comma, about the sun. I asked, excited by the idea of unraveling another of the unknowns. Stop unraveling the unknowns! That's how we get Pokemon movies! Really is a lot less fun when you've got somebody... when you don't have someone reacting to the stupid shit you're saying. But fuck it! The quicker I can get through this, the quicker I can sign off. Yes, he smiled and then paused. But if you don't want to be alone with me, I'd still rather you didn't go to Seattle by yourself. I shudder to think of the trouble you could find in a city that size. I was miffed. Phoenix is 3 times bigger than Seattle, just in population. In physical size... Wrong and wrong. You keep forgetting that Seattle and Tacoma share a metropolitan area and are thus significantly larger than Phoenix in physical size. But apparently, he interrupted me, your number wasn't up in Phoenix, so I'd rather you stayed near me. His eyes did that unfair smoldering thing again. I couldn't argue with the eyes or the motivation, and it was a moot point anyway. As it happens, I don't mind being alone with you. I know, he sighed, brooding. Oh, shut up, you're not Han Solo. You should tell Charlie, though. Why in the world would I do that? His eyes were suddenly fierce. To give me some small incentive to bring you back. I mean, I personally argue that if you're trying to keep a low profile, that would be a small incentive to bring you back. I gulped, but after a moment of thought, I was sure. I think I'll take my chances. Again, brave or stupid. You decide, viewers. I think you know where my decision lies, though. He exhaled angrily and looked away. Oh, bitch, please. Try watching both of you going at it. Let's talk about something else, I suggested. What do you want to talk about? He asked. He was still annoyed. Oh, gee, I wonder why. I glanced around us, making sure we were well out of anyone's hearing. As I cast my eyes around the room, I caught the eyes of his sister, Alice, staring at me. Alice. Right. Small goth chick. Would have rather read about her, but no, we gotta read about these two assholes. Oh, god damn it. God damn it? Holy fish. Okay, sure, why not? I'm apparently just that tired. The others were looking at Edward. I looked away swiftly, back to him, and I. And I. And I! I didn't think it could break me any further than it had already broken me. It broke me. Oh god, it broke me. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I need Ifrit back. Dear, sweet, merciful crap. What is this even? This is... How is this real? How is this real? Who greenlit this? Who edited this? Okay, honestly, half of this moment of existential dread and bewilderment is just me trying to stall for Ifrit to get back so we can both balk at this, but apparently he's going to be gone for a good while again. So I'll just keep going. And I, period, asked the first thing that came to mind. Why did you go to that Goat Rocks place last weekend? To hunt? Charlie said it wasn't a good place to hike because of bears. He stared at me, as if I was missing something very obvious. Okay, like, I still love that it's just Goat Rocks, but apparently their big issue is bears. He stared at me as if I was missing something very obvious. Bears? I gasped, and he smirked. You know, bears are not in season, I added sternly to hide my shock. Damn right we're not! Asshole! If you read carefully, the laws only cover hunting with weapons, he informed me. He watched my face with enjoyment as that slowly sank in. Bears? I repeated with difficulty. Grizzly is Emmett's favorite. His voice was still offhand, but his eyes were scrutinizing my reaction. I tried to pull myself together. Oh, you tried to pull yourself together? He's eating my people! Also, really? Why that? Like, wouldn't herbivores be easier, is all I'm saying? Whatever. I said, taking another bite of pizza as an excuse to look down. That's not saying something, that's just... whatever. I chewed slowly and then took a long drink of Coke without looking up. Product placement! So, I said after a moment, finally meeting his now anxious gaze. What's your favorite? He raised an eyebrow and the corners of his mouth turned down in disapproval. Mountain lion. What's... Oh, I said in a politely disinterested tone, looking for my soda again. Of course, he said, and his tone mirrored mine, we have to be careful not to impact the environment with injudicious hunting. We try to focus on areas with an overpopulation of predators, ranging as far away as we need. There's always plenty of deer and elk here, and they'll do, but where's the fun in that? He smiled teasingly. I mean, I would personally argue that going to that much trouble just to frickin' eat is a little... hell. Why am I even bothering anymore? Where indeed, I murmured around another bite of pizza. Take a drink! Early spring is Emmett's favorite bear season. They're just coming out of hibernation, so they're more irritable. He smiled at some remembered joke. Nothing more fun than an irritated grizzly bear, I agreed, nodding. Oh, is that it? My clown? Do I amuse you? Fuck the lot of yous. He snickered, shaking his head. Tell me what you're really thinking, please. I'm trying to picture it, but I can't, I admitted. How do you hunt a bear without weapons? Hello, super strength? Oh, we have weapons. He flashed his teeth in a brief, threatening smile. I fought back a shiver before it could expose me. Just not the kind they consider when writing hunting laws. If you've ever seen a bear attack on television, you should be able to visualize Emmett hunting. I mean, he is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so I can kind of believe that, yeah. I couldn't stop the next shiver that flashed down my spine. Spooky, scary vampires. Whatever. It just doesn't work, does it? I peeked across the cafeteria toward Emmett, grateful that he wasn't looking my way. The thick bands of muscle that wrapped his arms and torso were somehow even more menacing now. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Because The Rock is cooking bear. Oh, hey, wow, Wendy's here. Okay, sending her a thing. I don't know, we're in the Discord server. Hopefully she'll be on in short order. Oh, thank God. Somebody to share in my misery. Eventually. Oh, God, this whole thing's a train wreck, isn't it? Maybe I should have just called this one off tonight. I probably would have if I knew this many people were going to be off. Oh, God. I really shouldn't have bothered. This is just such a train wreck. How many more pages have we got, even? I keep asking myself that. Let's see, we've got this one. Oh, this is literally the last page. Huh. Well, at least... Wow. She picked the absolute worst time to come on. Okay, well, whatever. I'll just keep trying to do this. Edward followed my gaze and chuckled. I stared at him, unnerved. Are you like a bear too? I asked in a low voice. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm just going to let him answer that. More like the lion, or so they tell me, he said lightly. Perhaps our preferences are indicative. Because only Stephanie Meyer could be so artless as to take you are what you eat to a literal point. Ugh. I hate everything. I tried to smile. Perhaps, I repeated, but my mind was filled with opposing images that I couldn't merge together. Is that something I might get to see? This is turning into some real bestiality shit. Absolutely not! His face turned even whiter than usual, and his eyes were suddenly furious. Oh, well, that was unexpected. I leaned back, stunned, and, though I never admitted to him, frightened by his reaction. I mean, it's not exactly subtle, is it? He leaned back as well, folding his arms across his chest. And somebody is messaging me on Discord, presumably. Oh, Wendy!
Hello.
Well, glad you're here with, like a paragraph left.
Well, you said you wanted me on, so I'm here.
Granted, I did not realize at that time how little we had left to go, but hello!
So, yeah.
Yeah, sleeping trouble.
Don't you just love it when it happens?
No, oh, I do not. Which is
But
why I
hey,
feel your pain.
But hey, at least I managed to get 4 more hours of sleep, so that on top of the 4-ish hours, I managed to get 8-ish hours, so...
Better news still, you've missed what is easily the worst chapter of the book so far. Yes,
Oh,
worse than chapter 7.
oh my god.
And you know what the worst part is? I'm looking over at the scroll bar right now, on the very last page of chapter 10, and we're still not quite at the halfway mark. I thought for sure this would be the point where we'd get over the hill, but no. No, we still gotta fucking climb.
That does not surprise me.
No, sadly it doesn't surprise me either, although it does severely disappoint me. Like, this is seriously just draining both. This entire chapter has been a massive drain on both me and Ifrit. I'll get back to that, though, as I, once I'm finished. So, just to catch you up, Edward has invited Bella to go hunting with him, and as it turns out, they usually hunt bears and mountain lions. Yes.
So
And-
they basically hunt the predator animals, not the prey animals.
Yes. Also, he had a very violent reaction to the idea of her actually watching him hunt. And now, back to where we were before. Too scary for me? I asked when I could control my voice again. If that were it, I would take you out tonight, he said, his voice cutting. You need a healthy dose of fear. Nothing could be more beneficial for you.
That sounds so wrong.
I mean, considering up to this point, it's pretty obvious that she is literally too dumb to feel fear. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she hasn't had any other. Well, she hasn't emoted up to this point. So what makes him think that she would actually show fear from this?
I'm pretty sure he really isn't that much smarter than her, if I'm honest. If he was, we wouldn't be in this fucking predicament.
I mean, it's weird that I'm using like film terms to describe stuff happening in a book, but given that I've seen Eclipse twice, I really got nothing else.
Wait. I've seen Eclipse. Twice!
Yes, I've seen Eclipse on DVD with my with my with my roommate sophomore year of college twice.
You saw it in college
Yes.
twice.
Yeah, with my roommate sophomore year, we needed something to riff on, so we decided to rent Eclipse, and we watched it twice.
Okay, see now, if it was initially and specifically for the sake of riffing, I totally get it. I was worried for a second that one of you might have actually unironically wanted to watch it.
No. We
I'm back.
watched it
Hey,
unironically.
Everett, I have a windy now. And
I saw.
And by the way, I decided to keep reading while you were gone. Because, oh god.
At this point, I don't care.
Well, I mean, I figured at the very least, it would mean we'd get over with it faster. And I'm right, I'm on the last page. Just about to finish, actually.
Yeah, to explain, cat broke something.
Oh, kitty.
Oh shit!
Yeah, shit. Yeah, it was. Our youngest cat decided, hey, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna slow down. I jump onto the friggin' cabinet thing. I don't care, and broke one of the flower pots.
Ah, jeez.
Oh.
A big white bowl. I assumed it was a flower pot.
Did it have
Cut me a bit
petunias in it?
too. No, there was nothing in it.
The last thing that went through the mind of the bowl of petunias as it fell off the countertop was, oh no, not again.
There was nothing in it. One of the shards did cut me though.
Ow. You alright?
It was just a little cut. I doused it in hot water and put a band-aid over it.
Alright, well. So long as that's the end of it, I guess.
Stopped hurting, thankfully.
That's good.
I still got the infected.
Well, I mean, you ran it under some hot water and got it bandaged up pretty quick, I'd assume, so.
Hot water, soap, and then band-aid.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. Probably. Maybe. Probably not worth listening to me, though. I've gotten some pretty nasty cuts and just decided, this is fine. Oddly enough, every single time it's been fine.
Oh yeah, Wendy, you missed a lot of Initial D stuff.
Yeah. There were a lot of references to Edward's driving, so we had a whole lot of Initial D just sort of cut-ins. Courtesy of Everett, naturally.
Gas, I'm going to step on the gas.
So, at least it wasn't entirely horrible, this stream. Thanks to Everett.
Oh yeah, do note that for the Veil City campaign, I am spamming Initial D like crazy.
You know what? I'm actually pretty okay with that. I think that'll be pretty fair.
So am I.
But enough about that at the moment. I really want to get this finished. So,
I don't blame you.
We go. Then why? I pressed, trying to ignore his angry expression. He glared at me for a long minute. Later, he finally said. His face was on his feet. Wow, I am tired. He was on his feet in one live movement. We're going to be late.
His face is on his feet?
I mean, he is planking.
That is true. Actually, this would all make sense if the entirety of the series was just everyone planking.
Well, I mean, they're all pretty wooden. Really need to get used to that.
I'm not even going to dignify myself with a response to that.
Don't worry, I already have a rim shot for it.
I'm just going to go back to the bank and launch a rocket at it.
Have fun. I glanced around him, startled to see that he was right and the cafeteria was nearly vacant. When I was with him, the time and the place were such a muddled blur that I completely lost track of both. Oh, well, that's just time dilation. That could just
Wibbly
be...
wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
No. Well, that could just be orbital wobble.
Ugh.
I jumped up, grabbing my bag from the back of my chair. Later, then. I agreed. I wouldn't forget. I'd like to forget. I might just try and drink to forget. Oh dear sweet merciful fuck, what I wouldn't do to forget. And having looked at the page count, we are in fact just done with page 103 out of 235. So maybe next time with chapter 11, Complications, we might actually see a halfway point. Tonight,
Let's see.
tonight is not that night. This chapter hurt me.
That it was so dull. This entire book is just so dull.
It really, really is. Like, Jesus, what? This
I'd rather take the bad filler episodes of Steven Universe than this.
This entire chapter was almost entirely pointless, save for the invitation to go hunting, which could have easily been done in the previous chapter. Or
like you can
in the next chapter, which presumably I fucking hope will be the chapter where they actually go and do the hunting.
I mean, you can shave off a good portion of this book just by making certain scenes shorter.
The pacing is just so ploddingly slow.
Patty, Patty, Patty.
Thank you, Linkara.
My pacing's better than this.
Well, I mean, don't sell yourself short, dude. Your pacing is actually good.
I think I can improve.
Well, I mean, there's always room for improvement, no matter what you're doing. But perfect is the enemy of good. Sadly, this book is neither. Oh boy, is it neither. It's a whole fucking lot of neither. And the fact that this is the longest chapter reading that we've had since chapter 7 should tell you something about just how much of a fucking slog this one was. Wendy, you're lucky you were only here for the last page.
Yes.
This was just absolutely infuriatingly bad. And not even the funny kind of bad. We were actually, at most points, we were actually struggling to find something to laugh at. And quite often failing miserably, I hate to say.
It was garbage. It was just, man, what is there for this? We had to force certain things, and it just didn't turn out good.
How I long for the days of the van was still coming.
How I long for the days of fanfic theater. At least I got a good laugh out of. At least I got a good laugh out of the typos, like cup almost mug.
Cup almost mug. I mean,
yeah, it was.
Admittedly, we did. Much like with the last super boring chapter, we had no shortage of typos here, which is about as amusing as things got. Apart from the bit about the planking, that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, there was that. The Chronicles of Bright Bulb. Which, oh god, that's another trip in of itself.
And that might be a trip we take one of these days.
I don't think it's available in film fiction anymore.
Well, I mean, it's probably out there somewhere. At any rate, though, I don't entirely want this to be the dramatic reading stream. Like, I don't want this to be... I don't want this to be all we do, all we're known for. It would be nice to get back to Let's Plays, for one. But for now, it's just this. Which, I mean, this has its moments, certainly, but... oh god, does it have some bad ones, too.
I need to start doing some live streaming at some point, but I don't know if my computer can handle the streaming.
Well, if your computer is spec'd at all similar to mine or better, it can, I assure you.
Well, I'm talking about games. Is the thing.
Yeah, okay, that's a point.
Like I'm not. I know I'm not going to be able to do a Skyrim stream, but I think I can do a Sins of a Solar Empire stream,
Maybe so. Long as
or
things
or Europa or Crusader King stream.
yeah, so long as you don't let it get too insane, you should be fine. Of course,
Like at some point, I really want to try and stream after the end for Crusader Kings 2.
I'm really one to talk. I once almost bricked my grandfather's computer trying to play Command and Conquer on it.
Oh, good God.
Oh God.
Which is kind of what happens when you've got 2 of every single unit from the Chinese army on the field at once.
Oh, good God.
Oops.
I like to make my final assaults ostentatious, shall we say.
I just make mine big.
Well, yes, generally speaking, 2 of every unit is pretty damn big.
Like if I'm going to do a Sins of a Solar Empire stream, I'm considering either playing the base game, Star Wars Ascendancy, which is a mod that takes place after the events of the Episode 6,
Okay, well,
and Star Trek Armada 3, which is probably the best Sins mod available.
okay, well, let me know when you do want to do that stream, and I'll absolutely plug it on the Facebook.
Okie dokie.
But until then, I think we really should cut the talk short because, oh god, this chapter took a lot out of us. It's run way too long. I'm tired. You're tired. Wendy just woke up, so Wendy's not that tired, but might be a little bit groggy. Also, Wendy has lunch to eat, so probably.
Well, I just finished up my lunch. I was actually able to keep eating while you guys were.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Okay, well, that's where we currently stand, and oh god, what I wouldn't do to sit. So, thank you. So, for those of you who watched all the way to the end, we're sorry. We tried.
There's only so much we can do.
We promise we'll do better next week, but until then, just keep an eye on our Facebook for any news regarding the streams, or indeed anything we're going to be doing. Anything that...
Oh!
Are you having a crisis, Ifrit?
No! We got some of the best news ever!
Oh?
Shaq Fu, a legend reborn. And it's coming to the Switch! Yes!
This is foolishness. I love it.
I love.
You timed that perfectly, Ifrit. Okay. Where was I? Oh yes, Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook to keep up to date with what's going on with the stream, and indeed with all of our individual projects, including Ifrit's possible upcoming streams himself. Look forward to that. You can also follow our Out of Context Tumblr blog for hilarious things said in hilarious ways, immortalized forever in HTML, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a coding guy. And of course, submit any gems that you found particularly amusing from tonight. Good luck. Tonight wasn't a good one for that. Anyway, though, feel free to follow both of those, and do bear with us, because I promise next week we'll at least try to make something of it.
Unless it's just as bad as this chapter, otherwise. Ugh.
Hopefully next week we'll be starting the chapter about... Hopefully next week we'll be starting the chapter that's just, the hunting thing. Which means we'll be getting to deal with all of the Cullens. And of course, probably watch Dwayne The Rock Johnson suplex a bear. Yay! So that's hopefully what we've got in store for next week. Until then, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you around. End of line.
Bye-bye.